Right.
Tim, I'm gonna beat you the fuck up. This is chaos.
How's this chaos?
I'm so huge. Jesus.
This is
Make me
absolute
smaller.
freaking chaos. I'm still working on it.
Do it faster.
I don't even know what yours is at. Oh, it's the group one. Oh,
Nice.
you are the group.
Yes, I'm the glue that's sticking us together.
Apparently.
No, that's not right.
How is it not? I also
Glow.
have...
I'm the glow holding us together.
I don't even have the fucking Life 2D model on here. So right after adding that, we'll get into the fucking start of it. Hey, they're the bitches.
I don't have for everyone's PNG, I believe,
You
up
don't
on the
need
right screen.
everyone's.
No, but I didn't have Tim as well.
Christ! I'm still starting up!
And
And?
what you trying to do? What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna
Be
cry.
upset. Still
Okay,
setting
well,
up, man.
I don't care.
And it's also tiny as fuck, too. Hey, fix it. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, great. Good to know.
You managed to break it again.
I
No.
mean, yeah. That pad is also broken. Everything else on this scene is broken, by the way.
Besides throwing shit, that's still fine.
Yeah, throwing stuff is fine.
Yeah.
But I
So
think the
especially
chat is...
keep throwing shit. It's fine. Just do that. See,
Because
there we go.
honestly, head pads don't work on this screen. Sound alerts don't show up in the middle of it. I don't know how to fix all of that. I really don't know how to fix it, so I gave up.
Maybe try just re-adding it.
I tried and that didn't work.
Oh.
I tried
Have you
everything.
tried plugging it, pulling the plug and
I'll pull the
plugging
plug
it
on
back
you.
in? Oh, interesting.
I'm taking Tim's plug.
No.
Yes.
Are you gonna do with that one, huh?
Who said that was
You know
okay
what I'm
to
gonna
do?
do.
No, if I knew, I wouldn't be asking.
I'll
Dumbass.
alt F for you. Don't Johnny test me. Why are you green in the chat? What?
Woo.
Or am I colorblind? That looks green.
Woo.
That's
Could be a
green.
It could be a
What?
combination of both.
Oh wait, the entire fucking
Huh?
thing is green.
I didn't change that. I didn't do that. Oh, okay, never mind. Fuck off. It's also disappearing. This is not what I did with my chats. Streamlabs. Okay.
Oh yeah, there was an update with it.
Now I need to get my chat widget again. I'm not even using Streamlabs. That's how much I've been on here. Oh, still technical difficulties before getting into the serious stuff, apparently. Chat widget Twitch. How do I get my chat? On OBS Twitch. There we go. Oh no, it's just me not having updated shit.
See what not updating shit gets you? I keep telling you that.
She's the noob streamer. I know I am, and I've been streaming for three years almost.
No, Tim, you understand that incorrectly. That's a pro streamer move.
No.
Not really.
Not having your shit in order. That's a
Nah.
pro streamer move.
I hate that it disappears. I don't like that. That's not what I want. That does not make it better. How do I fix this? How do I do this? Okay, I'm gonna have to switch over to the other scene real quick. So I'm a yeet and reheat. And I'm gonna join the thingy back in a little bit for it.
I
Okay, so I need here. There's nothing else here right now. Oh. Oh, everything is broken. Apparently, the chat on my game scene is the exact same way right now.
Yeah, but the chat on your game scene does actually work.
No, because this.
Yeah,
It's
because
this.
I could still see the things that have been said when you switched over.
Yeah, because that's the other chat thing. You know what?
Oh.
You know what? Hold on, I'm getting that one now. Fuck it. Chat sucks. Let's keep it at that. Chat sucks. And where did I put it? That's the next question. Ah, new chats. Oh. I suck. And I'm fully aware of it. It's not showing up. Chats! I'm checking again what is different on this one. 855-919. Okay, okay. Eight five five 919. My chat is just not showing up. Oh, oh, oh! Alright. Fixed it.
Is
Nice.
Fucking fixed it, finally. Alright. So to begin at the fucking beginning, we'll get the first Twidlonger up. I copy pasted it within my Google Documents just because. And I will read that one out first. So to begin by the beginning, the rest might be a bit out of order. So as I was writing, I was trying to get as much info in there as I could, while still leaving out quite a significant bit. So, as people could probably figure, it's about someone I used to be associated with, and who did a stream on me last night and a couple months back as well. So we were in the same server, Zados and I, before. And also, I want to point out the reason why I'm even doing this one for. I got notified by someone on Twitter that a stream was being done about me with quite some things that are incorrect, with no solid proof to back it up either. So we were in the same Discord server for a few months, and then he decided to join my old Discord server before that one got removed. So that was around the end of October, beginning November, and I was still dating Yukina VT, which a whole different story on its own. That one, that relationship ended or lasted about a week maybe. Yeah, Yukina. It's accurate. So that one lasted about a week. Uh, just abruptly ended. I didn't allow myself to really get over stuff. So a few days after that relationship ended, he made a comment in my venting channel about the relationship, not a negative one though, and I asked if I could DM him. We got around to talking for a little bit, and at some point during the week, he asked if I wanted to call. We ended up calling for 12 hours, and in that time period, we got extremely close and got to know each other in a really short time period. The next few days, we were kind of flirting with each other, and eventually it led to us dating. I didn't know that at the time it was in like one of those VR chat relationships, so I didn't try too much. I didn't do anything regarding that. And he was the one that started it. So we rushed into the relationship, and after it's been barely a week, maybe 2 weeks since I broke up with Yukina, and everything was mentioned to him right at the beginning. How the relationship with Yukina ended, what all happened with him. He knew everything of that, and he stayed for 5 days. The first time that we met up with each other, he stayed for 5 days already. So I got back into contact with Yukina back in February 2022. And because the relationship ended pretty abruptly with barely any proper reasons, and I didn't allow myself to get any time, it caused some issues regarding feelings because I already struggle a lot with my own feelings because I don't know what I'm feeling most of the time. That's just how I am, unfortunately. So I told him honestly about it, and he wanted to go on a break. I don't know what he all did during that break. I don't care either. But I know that I spent those, think maybe a week that it was. Um, I spent those days crying and hoping that he would talk to me again because he didn't even talk to me at all anymore. Let's see. So, in that time period, I did have the time to think about everything, and I figured out what I was feeling for Yukina just wasn't there at all, and it was just my brain being confused by the fact that the relationship had ended pretty abruptly. And yeah, apparently he admitted to it before that around that time that he was using or like keeping me on a leash because he had already lost feelings back in February. He said that multiple times now. While during that time period, he still tried to convince me that he didn't, and that he still loved me, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how faithful he was either, because he did have a history of cheating on VR chat. I don't have any concrete evidence on that, so I'm just gonna say I'm not sure how faithful he could have been, but that's it. He'd often say that he was so much better than all of my other exes, but whenever he felt depressed, he'd be guilt tripping and saying I'm no better than any of your exes, and that I should just leave him. And in the beginning of that relationship, he got mad at me for being non-binary and using they them. I have stated many times before that I do not feel comfortable with she her pronouns. And I only allowed it because he started a big fight about it and made it in such a big deal that I didn't feel like correcting him anymore because I just knew what that would end me up at. And like this one here says, there were times where I told him I wasn't up for any intercourse and he guilt tripped me into having intercourse with him. I have clearly said before to him that I did not feel like it. And all he did was just continue guilt tripping, saying how he wanted it and whatnot. And I only realized way after the relationship that that wasn't okay and that's not how it should have gone at all. When the relationship ended, he at first kept trying to beg for a second chance, and then on 3 different occasions told me to fuck off with my second chance just because he got pissed. And that he would and started to threaten with dating the person that he's currently dating. And he said that quite a few times before in an attempt to, hurt me. I was already scared of, at the time, that she would take him away because they were classmates, and you know how that would go if there's somewhat, um, God, what's the word called? Some distance in between. It was like 5 hours of travel with train. So I asked him to keep his distance from her and to tell her to back off, to not be as flirty and whatnot. But he never did that. He continued to keep her around like that, and even led her on. And got mad at me and called me controlling when I told him that I just wasn't comfortable with it. But he was allowed to be jealous of people who were interested in having a relationship with me. There's one person, Humanix, who at the time has openly stated that he was interested in me, and Zenos would at some point force me to block him just because he felt uncomfortable with Humanix being around. Even though I've said before, there's nothing going to happen between him and I, because I don't have any interest in him. I just want to be friends with people, and that also went for Humanix. I also like to change my Discord status a lot into song lyrics, and like about 7 out of 10 times, he would think that I was attacking him with my status, and that was a personal attack and whatnot. And whenever,
Was, I believe it still is.
yeah, it still is. Um, when things didn't go his way, he would also often delete his profile picture and change his username to like going onto hiatus or going off this account or whatnot, and then or change it into other depressing stuff. And it's about me as well. Literally everything would be very depressing, very guilt trippy. I'm not sure if this statement is still true or not. He told me he removed the explicit pictures that he has of me from his drive, and I have to hope he actually did do that. Given that not long before that, he told me he still touched it to the videos he took of me. I'm still not entirely sure whether or not he actually removed those videos and photos. Because, of course, I've never been shown proof that he deleted those either. And,
Uh,
I think the last time before him and I really. No, not even. I still allowed him to stay a bit longer because, at the time of making it, just recently, the night of June 8th, between 1 and 2 a.m., he told me he basically already lost all feelings for me in February after the incident, but kept me on a leash for multiple months afterwards. And then we call the place where he lived, um, because he was being suicidal again. Huh?
hmm?
We called the place where he lived because he was being suicidal everywhere, right?
Yeah, he was claiming to be suicidal and gonna end it and whatnot. So out of yeah, what's the word for correct
Concern.
word for it? Concern for his well-being, we decided to call the institution where he was under care.
Yeah. Yeah, you were around at that time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
But with the keeping me on a leash, he also said a few times that he was considering dating his current partner, but that he tried to procrastinate on the breakup for as long as possible. I was the one that ended up breaking up with him because otherwise he would have never done it, and everything that went on would have still been going on. The the tweet longer is dated of July 14, 2022, because it says here, as of today, July 14th, 2022, he made his best friend raid my server and sending spider gifts using an alt account to DM me with more spider gifts and to send more of these within the Discord server as well. It's a common known fact that
Yeah, and
I have arachnophobia.
this is in a time period between somewhere at the beginning of April and the date that you just named.
Yeah. It was just a little bit before July 14th. I think July 13th even that it happened. Because I took a bit, I took a day to really think about everything and what I was going to do. And then I got word that he was gleefully telling in another server of what he has been doing within my server. That is all of that TwitLonger, and I have a bunch of screenshots to show as well. But for now, we'll just read past some of them. I got the hiccups now. This I'm going to read this one out because everything is within the Google Drives. I'll send the link to the Google Drive. For those that aren't aware of this one, this is the very first one. The first one starts with, I just want you to know, Fee, that it was a pleasure knowing you and dating you. I hope you have a good and nice future. This may be the last message I even sent. This is probably my goodbye. That was the day that we called the place where he lives. And
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
yeah, and the following up message was, and this one is a bit of a trigger warning. I get why you SH when feeling so incredibly horrible. I do struggle with SH. I've been for so many years now. And he would often actually cause me to relapse with how often he would lash out at me and whatnot. I think I relapsed a total of maybe 4 or 5 times. Get rid of hiccups, try drinking water from a glass. That involves water.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
Tim,
then
how,
any
how,
liquid. I don't fucking care.
how dare you to suggest Fi needs to drink the potion?
Yeah, how dare you? Oh my god.
I'm drinking it right now and I'm perfectly fine.
But that's you. The third screenshot in line, I'll actually get that one up on the screen. This image. I have an itchy nose as well. Do you have something against an itchy nose?
Scratching it.
But then I'm gonna have a fucking red nose again.
No
we
one
could
will
punch
see you,
it, but then it
Rudolph.
will
It's
hurt.
fine. You can just make a new
This one.
villain arc and it's Rudolph.
Sorry, it's above
No
your
offense.
head, Tim.
No offense, but I see Fi do that.
Yeah,
So
same.
this whole ordeal, he has since that same day deleted all of those messages. But I screenshotted it right away as I woke up because this is not fucking okay. The context behind it is, at the time for this screenshot, all of the screenshots are not in order, by the way. Just pointing that one out. None of them in the Google Drive are in order, and I'm not going to quickly find out which ones are in which order. So we'll still go past all of them regardless. But the context behind this one is we were taking down a certain succubus VTuber that pretty much anyone knows at this point. Well, one of the two, at least. Yeah, Succulicious. Yeah. At the time, they had this little server where they were collecting all of the evidence against her. I was helping around. I mostly took screenshots, sent those to him so he could send them to the rest of the group. And at some point, I was in the server as well. I never said anything, still let him send everything because I just didn't want to do too much there, you know? It wasn't technically my fight. I only got involved in it because I was dating him at the time. And otherwise, I wouldn't even have known of her. He was very proudly introducing me to Succulicious because he used to date her. So I left the exposing group chat a little while after I joined it. And that's when word got to Sin that there's a document being made about her. And everyone started pointing fingers at me at that time. I still have those screenshots somewhere as well. It was mostly Riedel pointing fingers at me, who has also been called out as of now. And everyone went with it. He only knew the rest of that group for like a few weeks or something because of the taking down Sin. But he had known me for longer at that point. So all of the fingers were being pointed at me, and I woke up to the message, or multiple messages throughout the night. So much for a friend, huh? Or a partner back then. No wonder you called yourself a horrible partner, you absolute liar. Why the fuck would you do this to me? If you do not give me a proper explanation when you wake up, you can go fuck yourself with a second chance, and I will not ever talk to you again. I have left your server and banned you from mine until you give a proper explanation. I really hope you have a good explanation. As soon as you wake up, you better start explaining this. You're going to explain this in a call as soon as you can. I want an explanation and a proper one. I showed my whole DM with Sin, which is, by the way, just me thanking her for a VR chat model that she made, giving my username because I had applied for moderator to get more information. I applied as a joke and still became moderator somehow. And that's when I thought maybe it's useful. And stuck around a bit to get screenshots. And before that was me offering fake support because she was going through some shit with Stellar, per usual. Not the first time. Let me get this one up as well, because this is a screenshot that or a message that he sent to Humanix at the time. It is in Dutch, so I'm going to try my best to translate it. I don't even know how to fucking translate it. Like, hey, hassle, leave my girlfriend alone. She doesn't have any interest in you, and she will never have that. The only thing that you do is make people uncomfortable. I don't know how to
Just fuck off, pretty much.
Basically fuck off.
And then followed with an idiot.
Yeah.
Or no, well,
moron.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was extremely unnecessary, in my opinion. But oh well.
I mean, you can already tell that he was threatened by someone that you actually explicitly told that you hadn't have interest in.
Exactly. The first following screenshot is still I should blame myself for it. I don't want to be like the others. I am clearly no better than the other pieces of shit that kept hurting you. And then this one is about the pronouns. I'm still just getting used to it. I will always call people by the pronouns of the gender that I see and hear. And my smooth brain can barely handle they them, but I'll make sure to just refer to you as Fee. I get not being able to use they them. I get that it's something that you have to get used to. But I've gone by they them since the moment that I met him. Therefore, that kind of falters, in my opinion. If you've known me for years and then I go by they them, then I can get if you still use wrong pronouns. But my pronouns are literally everywhere. It's in my bio on Discord, it's in my bio on Twitter, it's even in my Twitch bio, and I even have a panel saying that I'm non-binary, and it's in my fucking tags, I believe. Yeah. I have non-binary in my tags as well, so it's the most awful excuse you can give someone.
But it's fine for some reason, because if he forgets, that's fine, and he should, I don't know, probably just say sorry for that, but he hasn't really done that either. Not at that time.
He hasn't.
Like, I made that mistake a couple times, at least. But at least I'm like, okay, well, I should correct myself.
Yeah, exactly. I was being
And
a
if I
selfish
don't,
douche. Yeah.
but if I don't, there's at least other people that do it for me. Like, nope, calm down. You should say they them.
Where's my bottle of drink? What the hell?
And in fear of using the wrong pronouns, I just call you, hey, bitch.
My bottle of drink is gone. Oh,
your hiccups ate them.
Probably. I was being a selfish douche by not listening and making you sad. Again. I overreacted when I heard you say you didn't really like the she, her pronouns. That was a dick move, and I'm terribly sorry for it. It's the only time he apologized for it. Did he continue with she, her? Yes. Yes, he did. Ah. Water. With taste. So it's not actual water. So at some point he admitted that he was acting like a dick just to get blocked so he didn't have to go through the pain. And I rarely block people. Everyone knows that. Every single person knows, no matter... No. Everyone who knows me knows that I don't like to block people, no matter what they do to me. I'm pretty sure I still have some other people that have made me very uncomfortable or have said horrible shit to me. I still don't have them blocked either. So it's also not an achievement to get blocked by me either.
You kind of make it sound like one.
I don't like blocking people. That's it.
Achievement unlocked. You got blocked by Fi.
Another message. I am jealous. That is why I'm like this. Pure immature jealousy. There, I said it. I'm acting like a jealous little shit that can't get over you. That is 2 days before he got together with his current partner, and that is 3 days after I got together with Fearless. I'll get it up on the screen because there is a fucking date on this screenshot. Not all of them have like the proper date on them. They have taken today or today at this time. Because a lot of those aren't in the chat anymore either because he deleted those. Seriously, I still have an itchy nose. It's so annoying.
Cut it off.
Gladly. No, then I lose my nose piercing.
I got something that might fix
But
it.
then it can't itch anymore.
That makes it worse.
So,
But the
not
time
if you.
here.
Michael Jackson managed with to live without a nose.
Damn. The date there is Europe time and not American dates. So it's the 5th of June, 2022. I feel like that's a good one to point out. I don't have mine on American dates. I don't even know how to do that either. Not that I want to. That's confusing for me.
And, I believe you need to change your time zone for that.
Yeah. I'm going to think about what I want to do next, Fee. I need time to think. You can get better than me. I constantly get mad for no reason. I'm toxic. We constantly fight over the smallest of things. This is on the 13th of April. I think 3 days before I broke up with him. I don't know when I exactly broke up with him anymore. I think somewhere halfway through April.
It's a good date not to remember anymore.
Yeah. Another message in June, on the 4th of June. Just shut up and stop being a sarcastic cunt. Your jokes are not appreciated. Like, I admit that I can be sarcastic. I can be a bitch. But at some point in my own server, he said that I wasn't allowed to call myself a bitch. Because it, quote unquote, wasn't true. I wonder where that mindset is now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, where did that one go? So something about explicit content, and I just kind of joked about it, like I'm quite sure I suggested it. And he said, "Oh, whatever, Fee. I'm happy I still got them." It was one hell of a new experience recording stuff like that. Luckily, it's all personally saved. It'll never get out in the public. And I hope that stays that way. Because that's, at that point, a lawsuit waiting to happen if he doesn't. A little screenshot before it got removed. It's not the full message, but a bit of it. These fallbacks are happening more and more often. I'm in intensive therapy and constant supervision. Yet I'm constantly on the brink of wanting to give up. That actually is the full message, okay. Which was sent in my vent channel. That's the same day that we were calling up the place where he lives to warn him about it.
Yeah.
Here I have the first ban message. I will put that one up. I also know who banned me at the time. Trying to make the image smaller first. It's gonna go right there up the screen. Oh, you're above it. let me drag image to the top. That
Ah,
would work. There we go.
I'm more important than the images.
There we go. Because I've voiced before that I did not like that some of his friends and himself have used the word cancer to cuss with before. So their reason of banning me is using that word again with your mother.
Yeah. Better translated, it would be your cancerous mother.
Yeah. I tried to avoid it, but that's a little not so much fun fact about Dutch people. So most of them like to curse with cancer. A lot of
Yet
them like to do it.
most of them have all lost at least one family member due to that disease.
Exactly. You know, I said that out of anger. Otherwise, I wouldn't say that I miss you and that I would like to give you another chance. Why would I say that if you are so easily replaced and that I'd rather move on? I don't know why. This was a month after breaking up with him. He would still try and say stuff like that. At some point, he changed his status to the ABCDFU lyric, but then the one that says, I love you still. That one. Which was really weird.
And really desperate.
It is. Here's another message. Oh, what is it this time? Who's gonna come after me this time? If you need your friends to help you out because you can't even properly talk, grow up. I do not care for your consequences. I am not removing artists because you made pieces for me. All you ladies seem to care about is yourself. I have been trying my absolute best to change for you, yet you do absolutely nothing to change. I'm moving on from you. Fuck that second chance. I will find happiness elsewhere, clearly not with you anymore. I've tolerated shit long enough. Now I am done. Enjoy your day. That is, by the way, if I can look at the time, that is 2 days before the message that I read out before this, where he would still want to give me another chance.
But what I mainly don't get is why already telling that you were sick and tired of someone in February, and yet still acting like this.
Exactly. Like, he kept on saying, fuck off with your second chance, and I would never date you again. And then a few days later, sometimes even within the same day, saying, I still want to date you. That doesn't add up, does it?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's been going on for a year now?
Yes, because
A little over a year.
in April you already had stuff going on with him when you were over at my place for the flower event.
That was around the time before we broke up.
Yeah, and that's when you already had some stuff going on because then it was already on off on off.
Yeah. At least I work on myself instead of being depressed in my room. So, this is my message, which of course is fucking linked. All the others are just as active, do just as much. That was about a server. And he said that he was deleting his server soon anyways because people weren't active. At the time, we had the Demon's Hideout, which was mostly active because I made it active. Before I created Demon's Hideout, my server was somewhat active. It had like on and off activity, you know? Which is normal. I created Demon's Hideout, hyped that one up, was being extremely active in that one, and then all activity in Feast Chaotic Dungeon ceased, you know? As soon as shit went down between him and I stopped being active within the Demon's Hideouts. and I started being active within my own server again, which caused the demon's hideout to die out as well. So basically, I was the backbone of that server anyways. I was the one that kept it alive, I was the one that kept it going. And then a lot of people started to leave. Was also another part in that same screenshot where he was complaining about my status while it was lyric again, like usual. Yeah, just really well timed and changed as soon as something happened between us. Then here, another one. Nothing I say out of rage is true. I always lie when mad. It is easy to tell according to others. Sometimes I got angry and I have him nothing more than a lying piece of shit. And I'm not just saying that to make myself look bad and to possibly cheer you up. I know it's true, and I'm genuinely sorry that I'm such a horrible person towards you. I was a horrible boyfriend and an even worse friend. And on top of that, I lied to you about being oh so horrible and being a rat. Just because I thought that Plague had a reliable source, well, that was the biggest bullshit ever. Why I even believe that disgusts me, and the fact I lashed out at you as badly as I did, I do not deserve to be your friend. Just block me, please. I am begging you, just pick yourself over me. I wish they were all in order, but unfortunately.
That last part might have been the only good thing that he ever said. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
thinking out loud.
And then, you aren't. I was so fucking wrong to say that. I said it out of anger, actual pure rage, and I was not thinking at all. As soon as I thought it was you, something snapped and I stopped thinking. And this is not me making up an excuse. I was so fucking angry that I could not sleep. I could not breathe properly. I was shaking out of control. That, to me, kind of sounds like it was just looking for an excuse to do it.
Yeah, even though he's saying that he is not.
As soon as I thought it was you, something snapped, and I stopped thinking. That that just sounds like it was waiting for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that he was hoping for it.
He was hoping for it to be
But
true.
I mean, what kind of partner are you that if something goes south, that you hope that your fucking partner at the time has done it? I
Yeah,
mean, if something
exactly.
goes south and there's speculations about your name, I'm praying to God that it isn't the case.
This one is before the breakup. This is in, what's the third month again? March, right?
Yeah.
I was annoyed because I had been drinking and because I was overloaded. Hence why I have either been quiet or deafened, but I should not have gone off like that. And I think that is the same date, because this one is with Countess being mentioned. We love Countess in this household. Yeah, that is the same date. That was back on the Demon SMP when that one still existed, and in general, a small group, three of us had knowledge of like Minecraft YouTubers. I used to watch them a lot, so we were talking about that. And then at some point, only two people, Zados and someone else, could talk about Kingdom Hearts, and that was the only thing going on for like maybe half an hour. Nothing else. No one else could come through with another conversation. So Countess and I left that VC at some point and just went into another VC to continue. Countess was whispering to me on the server, just talking about how I believe she found it immature how it was handled, and that it is a shame that he would just continuously talk over it, you know?
That is quite rude.
So he actually rewatched that VOD, by the way. He rewatched the VOD, saw the whisper messages, and then messaged me with, I really appreciate the fact that you told Countess that we're just getting annoyed with the fact that I was talking to Vin about Kingdom Hearts, yet I had to listen to you guys ramble on about Mitsun, your pal Ross, and Aphmau. Thanks for doing that behind my back. I really appreciate it. And before you mention it, yes, I did see chat messages requesting if we could switch subjects. I get that you were tired, but you could have told me that. Do not do it in whispers with Countess. Next time, I really hope that you will, at the very least, DM me about my mistake, because I will admit I could have phrased what I said way better. And in case you are wondering, I deleted certain messages because I sent them out of anger, but they were just straight up childish, and I should not have said those things. So forgive me for that. What he said at the time, because when we asked to switch subjects, he said, you can fucking deal with it, basically. And that basically felt wrong with Countess and I both.
Which is understandable.
This was back on the older Loot account with another ex joining Python, who Xenos was starting a fight with at some point. So he responded to them, maybe instead of clinging to Fee, you could get yourself an actual girlfriend. Oh wait, I think it is impossible for a guy that sims this hard over cars to ever find a compatible partner. Go fuck a car instead. Got burpees. These are all Dutch. So I told him I only said to go date her after he had already threatened with it, because I was afraid that she would take you away anyways, because you didn't push her away, despite me saying that I feared this. That I did that at the time. I said that we were only friends, nothing more, and that's what it stayed at until now. So I continued with, I still love you a lot, despite the whole Yukina situation. But I would have rather known earlier that you didn't feel anything for me anymore. So I continued to backtrack on that he didn't have any feelings for me anymore in February, by saying I still felt a lot for you, but despite that, I was incredibly insecure if I still wanted to continue with you. If that was the case, I wouldn't have done as much effort to get you back. So I added to it, then I wouldn't have wasted multiple more months and I could have avoided all the pain. How do you think that I feel about it? Clearly not as bad. So this was more whole messages at 1 a.m. The misgendering was because you keep on saying that you didn't give a fuck about it. But okay, my apologies. The cursing with the illness, I spoke to the person that banned me about it afterwards, and that they weren't allowed to do that again. He himself started doing it because he was starting to get pissed, because people were coming into his stream to make fun of him. He compared me to Succulicious, and he adds to it. I only did that because I thought you and Fearless were sending people after me, which neither of us ever did.
No, exactly, and it's quite idiotic to actually do it yourself while having no proof or no thought of anything. Might it not be true? Might it not be like people just thinking on their own, or actually doing something out of frustration because they read something or heard something? Like, we're not responsible for things that others do. If you read something and you get furious, that's what you do and not what we say that you need to do. But then to conclude that we actually, or we never actually said to do something, but people still doing it, and then, oh no, they do it, doesn't make sense.
Because if I had known most of the people were going to send messages and all that, I would have probably tried to stop them, you know? Yeah. Like, if they
Yeah.
told me that they wanted to go do it, I would have told them no. That's why they don't do that. That's why they don't tell me anything. They didn't tell me they were going to do that shit. So how am I supposed to stop them?
Yeah, but we don't tell you things because you're sometimes a little Sir Buzz Killington. I don't remember which show that is from.
I don't even know what show. I don't even know what you're referencing.
There was a show back in the day. I can't recall which one it was, but they had a special character called Buzz Killington.
Here's one of the many examples of how he would change his account up whenever something goes wrong. It's fucking huge there. But just an asshole. And then moved to my alt for a while. Nothing to see here but a person that can't talk normally to people and always acts like an absolute asshole to people. You are better off not knowing me.
An advice that a lot of people should have been following. Sorry, thinking out loud again.
And then like a lot of yeah, just straight up mean statuses when we had broken up. I do be vibing. Being single is not as bad as I thought. I can finally have some peace. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the worst person you could ever date, you know? I'm difficult. I know that. And I have warned people that I am a difficult person.
And some people are stubborn. Sorry.
All the drama and all the bullshit I went through and the drama and bullshit I've caused no longer bothers me. That is all within the same day. Yeah, okay. You're talking about yourself, perhaps, Fearless?
No. I
Yes,
have
you
no
do.
idea what you're talking about, Tim.
Definitely. So this is one where he was being rude in the About Me. The status was, my friends are my everything. The fact they always manage to cheer me up so fast is simply incredible. And then in the About Me, single, starting to enjoy life again. I am glad I learned ahead of time to not try and date an ex.
But what I do find funny is the mentioning about the friends cheering him up so quickly.
Yeah,
Then how down were you?
not at all.
Like if you're really down, like you're really bummed up at something, almost nothing will actually cheer you up in a day.
Mhm. I mean, you've seen how I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, you were an ex as well during those breaks, so technically he did date an ex. Yeah, he wanted to date me again. That's what he's mentioning. He was glad that he didn't take me back again.
Even though he did before.
No, not even.
Oh.
He took away the if you want to count the break as a breakup when it wasn't like technically anything official of a breakup, then I guess.
Technically, a break is kind of a breakup, in my opinion.
Because he was stating in one of his YouTube videos about me that he was pretty sure that I cheated on him, especially during that break. And again, if you actually know me, you know I wouldn't even think about that. I've had many chances, and I will admit that I had many chances to actually cheat on him, and I took none of them because I'm actually loyal. That's the only thing I can take pride in. I'm loyal because it's not my stunning personality. This one is more bullshit of being depressed. Um, this one is about the whole thing with the SH, where he said the blank in my arms feel good. That was all like a jab at the fact that I struggle with it. Which for those that uh or haven't heard yet, I am 7 months clean. I apparently officially had 7 months. I didn't even know. I thought I was still in 6 months. Surprise, surprise for me. I can't even act my age. I get jealous over seeing your bio and profile picture. That was when we got the first couple art piece. And I changed that to my profile picture to that. You got jealous about that. I might find
And
happiness in being single. Yeah, yeah.
and then still claiming not to be busy and have moved on at that point.
Yeah,
Yet still being jealous.
exactly. I might find happiness in being single, or I might find happiness elsewhere. I'm honestly quite happy being single, so I might keep it that way. Anyways, enjoy. Anyways, enjoy your day. I am out. The emote that he used after that is the person of color doing the peace sign and then disappearing. He only uses that one when he's being petty. So I did point that one out. The emote is shitty to use and you know that. You only use that to be petty.
When isn't he?
I just wish I could have been a better boyfriend and a better friend, but I have failed at the first one horribly. I can barely even keep it together anymore when I see your name. All I just want to yell at you is, I want you back, I miss everything about you, and just proceed to cry my eyes out. Not because I'm mad or sad, but because I still love you a lot. Again, for someone that claims to have no longer loved me since February, why would you say that?
Else than to screw with someone's mind.
Clearly didn't work. But he said that a lot in the months since the breakup. And this one was a jab at me being accepted for as moderator in Sin's channel. She honestly accepts anyone, clearly. No offense to you, by the way. I meant it as in she barely knows you or the others. Another server, this was in the calling out server for Sin. Doing okay, I guess. You? Oh, what's wrong? I'm doing pretty good. I just woke up. Had a mental breakdown again yesterday and was yet again arguing with an ex again, which has been stressing me out quite a bit today. I found that quite unnecessary to mention within that server, but
Not just in that server, just
Anywhere.
unnecessary to mention at all.
Exactly.
Like it's your private stuff. Keep it private.
This one is within my own server saying, my mom loves to rub it in that I don't have friends. Where he says, you do though. Maybe not IRL, but online you most certainly do. I found that still quite mean to say that I don't have any friends IRL. Because I actually do, surprisingly enough. That's another status kind of thing. There once was a time where everything was just so perfect. Now everything has changed and you've become a total stranger. So, in one of his older streams, he said that I was never cute and whatnot. You were always cute and adorable to me. Still are. I was just joking. And he went with the remove the profile picture again and had inactive after his username. Because, shit didn't go his way again. Sorry, I probably said it because this person and this person, I'm not going to expose the names, were there. Completely shut down. Let's see. Another one, I am the biggest failure in a relationship and life itself. This is a clip. Probably one where he got mad. This was the Ender Dragon fights. Where we said to no longer hit the Ender Dragon. Because we were trying to test something out. Let me download it real quick. My nose is stuffed. Oh. Typing is not my strong suit today.
Is it ever?
No, not really. Think I have to go into the game scene, and if I'm correct, I did disable stuff. Because I need to... I'll just screen share the screen exactly. Oh. Nothing to see there. Nothing at all. Nope. Nothing at all.
Yeah, no, nothing, Len. Nothing.
That's the one I had. I grabbed it from the chest, but you can have it. I don't use potions, so.
Come on, charge at us, dumb fuck.
I'd. When is she coming down?
Don't shoot. Get her!
I'm on the
I shall name her!
moon. Whee!
You almost hit her, by the way. Fun fact.
I shall name her!
When did I get here?
Do you have? Okay, wait, guys. We.
Get down here, bitch!
Who shot
Okay.
the dragon? I saw that.
Hey, name her. Name her.
I'm trying! I can't!
No. Ah!
It's a long clip. Hold on a second
Get
before
over
he-
here.
The basic gist of it is, we were trying to name the Ender Dragon and then, discovered that we couldn't, so most of it is-
Again.
That was
Come
only
on,
after the
get
fact.
land back here, you bitch!
Oh
So
my
what
god.
you're
Most of it
Bag of-
was just chaos.
Bullshit
Yeah.
magic.
I was just saying, like,
ways.
don't hit her currently.
Yay,
Like-
magic.
I think 3, including myself, 3 people were saying, don't hit her.
I have 19 Dragon's Breath. That's good.
I have 20.
And then there, you can already see who was the one that got the achievements. Who didn't get the memo, apparently, even though it was being screamed by 3 people at once.
Why did you hit us? We're gonna.
My
Our
fucking
dear
defense
Well,
vampire
people were
friend
saying,
was
like,
still
why did you hit her?
attacking
Because
it.
we were saying,
You have
don't
thorns
learn
on your
anymore.
armor.
Yeah, that I can't fucking help.
You could
Yeah,
have stepped
true.
away, but that's just.
And earlier in the
nothing.
clip, you hear him even
Okay.
shouting that he
God.
saw someone shooting the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, yeah.
That might
we
have been
can always
Yamato
summon it
shooting.
again.
Nice
Okay.
There was a
building.
bit of silence. He
I-
stayed silent.
Yes.
Press block to do
Left
this.
the game.
I'm not
What?
sure.
And then left
Wait.
the PC.
What?
I have a lot of clips like that one. Where he would get pissed and just leave.
Yeah, yet you guys have more reason to get pissed because you said something that to not be done
Okay.
and does it anyways.
This is another one from that same stream, obviously, because of the froggy plush there. I'm not gonna add my own little thingy in this scene right
Okay.
now,
This might be in the end.
No.
but you can already see the chat that he
Oh,
kept
2
killing
hearts.
himself in the
Uh-oh.
game constantly.
If this is
staying
gonna work, we
silent.
might as-
Some point we got annoyed by it, made a
Yes,
comment
8
about
levels.
it
I have 9. And now I have 1.
Alright,
because the chat was getting
So we
spammed with
just-
it, you know.
gotta do the shulker.
Alright, before we do that, let's see how long it takes to break instant.
So
Yeah.
here you can see Go saying like, can
Okay,
you
so
not
that's great.
spam the
You
chat
have
with those?
An efficiency 5 pickaxe, right?
Yeah, efficiency 5, yeah.
Okay, because
Let me know when I can
Count is here
break.
agreeing. He just
Right.
leaves, didn't say anything else,
3, 2, 1, now.
and then left the VC.
Really?
Right.
Wow.
Really?
You can hear everyone
Yeah.
getting annoyed
Do
with
it
it
on
here.
1.
Okay. Yeah, because
Wait, no, you.
Everyone was getting annoyed with the fact that he just chose to leave instead. Instead of like, you know, actually talking about it or saying like, okay, I won't do it now.
Instead of acting like an
An
adult.
Yeah. One of the tweets that he sent out, fucking wonderful. Now the X is spreading shit about me using them. Can this shit finally fucking end? More and more people are getting involved for no other reason than they want to set people up against me. I'm so sick of this. We talked it out. Stop harassing me. Despite having
Yet
talked
here
it
we
out-
are.
Yeah, despite having talked it out, within that same time period, he also told me that he was keeping me on a leash since February. And one of my friends heard that and got extremely pissed and told him, you could have broken up sooner instead of using my friend. Get lost.
Which is their good right.
Exactly. People never even ask, hey, can you tell me your side of the story? No, it is always them assuming that I have done every fucking thing wrong. I said sorry for mistakes many times, yet people do not give a fuck. If you dislike me due to my history with my ex and then my name, block me.
maybe it would be smart to ask to like throw a plate on the ground and say sorry. Let's see if it fixes it.
Like, what they were saying on the stream last night, which they blamed all of it on him being the man and that's why he was getting blamed. That's not the reason. I call out bullshit where there is bullshit.
Well, I mean, he claims to be the man, but mostly I would say that he's a female with the complaining.
No,
Oh,
we're
sorry,
not
I was
going
thinking
that
out loud
route.
again.
We're not going that route. That's also not correct.
For obvious reasons, this was a joke.
I'm just mentally destroyed from everything that has happened, which caused me to always feel attacked and feel the need to defend myself, hence why I was always so aggressive. So I just feel like absolute shit. I'm scared to even go on my main account anymore. I'm scared of upsetting you. I'm scared I lose everything I have left. Thank you.
I'm scared of that.
I honestly stopped caring about everything happening. Now the stress is way too much for me. I'm either only mentally numb or having mental breakdowns. Good life. You're the person keeping me stable enough, but we couldn't stay as proper couple anymore. We both know that. And I already saw it coming that I'd lose you. Let me point this one out. Your
If you saw,
partner should not be the one keeping you stable.
if you saw it coming, why didn't you act on it then?
Exactly. But your partner should not be the one keeping you stable. I've
No,
said that to
it
him
should.
before.
Your partner should be the one to drive you insane.
They can help. Yes, they can make it worse. That's up to them, I guess. But they're
That
not.
depends on how insane they are.
They're not the one that's supposed to keep their mental health stable. You're the one that's supposed to be working on it, not them.
Mm-hmm. You can ask them for help, but most of the work you need to do yourself.
This is another message towards Yukina and the Twitch whispers, but it's all in Dutch, which makes it more difficult. I'm downloading it and displaying it, but it does make it difficult because I might be born Dutch, but it's sure as hell is difficult for me. So there we go. Like basically, listen here, you disgusting. I don't know how to translate that one. You were asking yourself why you didn't have any good friends and why you were in love. Well, I will tell you something funny. That's because you only use others for your own gain. The fact that you hurt Fee nonstop only makes it worse. Rot in hell, asshole. The fact that you have friends at all is a wonder. And then fuck off, basically.
Yeah, and what Fi couldn't translate would be again a slur.
Yeah. Oh, that's where it was at. Oh no. Oh, not there. A chat with his ex, one of his exes that he showed with full pride, that they told her, you wanted to kick me in the balls? I would like to see you try. Get and done again. What used to, I think it used to be an illness.
What?
Tearing.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then if you want to say something to me, say it to my face, coward. Ah, that's a good one to know. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis, I think. I don't know.
Or TBC for short.
This is another chat.
I was gonna say not a lunch disease.
Is it edible? Oh, I would like to eat it. No. So this is a chat with that same ex where she's saying,
Hi, Adam.
Huh?
Sorry, someone said hi.
that she told him, you really are a dirty, horrible, basically, I don't know, again, dating, and then kid, basically. I wish I never met you or had a relationship with you. You can't even do it. So good luck with finding a life with success. Be gone. So he said, later, Wouldn't miss you. Less drama for me. And then again, cursing with the word cancer about a vaccine that isn't my problem. This is exactly the reason that you are losing friends, because you're being an asshole towards them. Man the fuck up, Jesus. So all that she said back to him was okay, and then he sent, sorry kid, cope harder, absolute baboon mentality, take a shower, good night kid, I'm staying winning and you're staying losing. And he was, he again showed that screenshot with full pride.
I just said hi to a person, remember?
Yeah.
That account has been made 42 minutes ago. We're currently live
Oh.
for how many minutes? 1 hour and 14 minutes. That's
Yeah.
strange.
No, don't point stuff like that out. Maybe it's a GFX bot, who knows?
Yeah, that could be. They said twice hi, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, I noticed them too late.
Lots of GFX. Lots of GFX.
Yeah, I got some
Can I
persistent
start
ones in my
biting you,
DMs.
demonics? I will do it. No, this is something that he retweeted. Yeah, they're getting bold. So some accounts tweeted out, I feel evil for laughing at this. So, it was like someone who's a bit plus size. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Rate me 1 out of 10 because I'm bored. And someone replied to that with 300. They said thanks, and they replied back with pounds. The account posted that screenshot with I feel evil for laughing at this, and he retweeted that one. It's literally a fat phobic image. Because they were making fun of that person's body type, and he retweeted that. He was laughing at it. I find bullshit. Another one of his I lost it again. Why do I keep clicking away? Okay. Another one status. Life has been better since the change I made 2 months ago. I was miserable for 6 months, but I finally found happiness. Claiming that he wasn't happy in the whole 6 months that he was dating me, which is bullshit. Just like he was claiming that he skipped a lot of school to to be able to spend time with me. That he skipped a lot of school and work. Which Glenn? Parking lot, right now.
Behind Wendy's.
Rose, the same goes for you. Parking lot, right now. Oh my god.
Wait, I'm gonna join.
Oh my god. That was double. So, just like he was claiming that he skipped out a lot of work and school, he knows that if he told me that he was doing that, I would have told him to not do that, to continue going to school and work. He blamed me for the fact that he was missing school and work, despite him doing that on his own accord. Because I wasn't aware. How dare you boink me? I wasn't aware of it. And he only told me that after we broke up, that he did that. Screenshots of Shadow, his best friend, sending spider gifts within my server, and then an older alt account that they had apparently, because it was a 1 month old account at that point, joining with an alt, sending me spider gifts in DM, and tagging me in my own server and saying, go suck off your boyfriend, sending more spider gifts. It was just a screenshot of his Twitch. And then, let me get this one up. Admitting in another server about the spiders. They are a mad lad. Dude keeps spamming someone's chat with spiders, knowing that the owner is arachnophobic. You'll probably think like, oh, that probably isn't Zados. I have counterproof to show that it is. That is their nickname in that server. And same goes for the username of Shadow. Because it was at Slime as being a mad lab. This was the nickname at the time in the server.
And for obvious reasons, we don't have much screenshots for the arachnophobic stuff because
I have all the
arachnophobia.
screenshots, but I'm not going to put them all out there. I did send the Google Drive at the beginning. If anyone wants a Google Drive again, I'll send that link. That's no problem. So someone, I believe. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't know if that someone wants to be pointed out for, so I guess if they do want to, they'll say it in the chat. But someone, a friend of mine, reached out to Zalos about that, and his responses were, "Dude, I know literally nothing. What messages and what friend? I generally do not know what you are on about. Why would I randomly start shift after like what, 2 months? He knows about my alt account, and I have them blocked there too. I now have better things to do and than get mad for no reason. Unlike what you guys think about me, I actually changed my behavior." She was completely denying the fact that he sent Shadow, or quote unquote informed Shadow about arachnophobia. I can show my literal channel rules within the server. Let me actually scroll there right now. Rules. So I'm gonna name the whole shit up until the fucking rule that we're mentioning. Be nice to other people. Respect people their pronouns. Yeah, exactly. He shouldn't have acted as if he didn't know anything about it. He shouldn't have. NSFW stuff goes under underground dungeons. Get roles at #roles. Please respect the streamer and staff. Keep stuff in their designated other design channels designated. Same thing. Cursing is fine to a certain degree. Don't share personal stuff. Don't share personal information. Keep politics out of the server. Keep religion out of the server. Do not send any pictures, videos, gifs, etc. that include a spider. Upon doing this, you will get immediately banned. So it's not even that he somehow informed him about me being arachnophobic. I've been extremely open about it. It's in my own rules. And I've once cried about a spider in call with Shadow and other people before. So it's not as if it was any new information. I have nothing to do with any of this. I do not even know who the hell did anything. Previous screenshots that I showed completely disprove that, by the way. With the being gleeful about it in the other server. So instead of instantly jumping to the conclusion that I am behind this, maybe ask whoever the fuck sent those messages why they did that. So sorry if it seems like I am behind this, but I can for once guarantee it ain't me. It really just
Yeah,
shows.
that was.
Yeah. So I sent from the disc messages first to the Twitter. I think this was the messages were sent the same day because the only time say. So the time on the Discord message said the Discord message were at 3 p.m. They were sent at 3 p.m. that day. The Discord messages 4 p.m. 4:30 almost. So yeah, significant time differences in that. Because we even waited a while before anyone on my side would contact him about the spider thing. We did indeed wait like about an hour to even ask about it. Unlike what people think, I moved on from free. I moved on with my life, and I actually am keeping my last promise. I am changing it. I am changing. I know I acted childish in the beginning, but I genuinely wish the best for Fee.
Yet still acting childish.
This is in a mutual server. Gotta love this one. One of my friends decided to harass someone that I had issues with in the past. And instantly people assumed that it was me. Why do I always get targeted for past mistakes? I knew that that friend had grudges against that person, but I never knew or expected them to go after someone. Especially not after the whole drama was like 2 months ago, and that I am finally happy now that all the drama had stopped. He actually complained about it before responding back to the friend who was asking about the spider gifts. This is like 4:45 p.m. that these screenshots were taken. We're almost at the end of this Google Drive. Then we have a second one. And then they changed the status to one of my friends starts shits out of nowhere and instantly people assumed it was me. I moved on to the same place. When in fact, he did not because he was the one that steered him on. And then, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the same day, July 14th, when the spider gifts were being sent. Dude, I just heard that you're still bothering Fee. Could you please stop with it? I don't want shit with Fee or any of their friends anymore. I let them go, and this behavior isn't necessary. Which was absolute bullshit because, oh, and then he added to just some proof as well. We should have showed the counter proof at that time. Shouldn't have waited until the document came out. No, because before that, one of my friends starting shit, his status was we do a little trolling. He forgot that we had a mutual server. So that's where I got that one from. So we have a second document. Surprise, surprise. I'll send the link to that one. We are on to the second document now. There we go. This one has a little bit. No, never mind. It's just as much. I take it back. Was some stuff with this VTuber named Namu. She blocked me again. Apparently I lie always, but does she block? Anyway, this girl does not respect artists. She thinks that a simple sketch is not paid for, and she gets upset when you recycle it so as to not waste time. I still follow the person that tweeted that one out, so no shame to them. So I just genuinely said, because at that point it was like a giveaway or something, I don't know. They were following and then unfollowing real quick with everyone who participated, I guess. What I've also noticed is that they followed smaller accounts, and when they don't get their usual response of OMG insert name followed me, they unfollow again. They did this to me and 2 other friends of mine, and had a raffle running that never got any announced winners. So they tried. The Namu person tried to call me out for it. Their account has since also been deleted. And say no
Wonder
commented.
why.
Yeah. I always loved how they just assume things and think they know it all. I have some shitty past experiences with them. The fact that they are now doing this is just a cry for attention. You followed me too and never expected me to be like, OMG, they followed me. That was all just bullshit, basically. These are more text, even more. The appeal room. I'm pretty sure you remember the appeal room, hun.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not sure where the screenshot started. Along with Shadow, Shadow is just as bad in this case. You as an acquaintance of Shadow, must converse with him to cease his actions and harassing Fee. You cannot ignore this anymore. I think he was ignoring it for like a solid half hour.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. What is this about? Really? What else could this be about? I am genuinely not following. You cautioned me about not trusting failures, but then I got shown proof that you have been harassing them and that your words toward them have been insincere. So he said, I have never said that anything has been insincere. So someone responded back, your apology, it showed no sense of remorse or sincerity. Thus the victims and ongoing community did not accept it. Let me see, where's the rest? Regardless, if you thought it was sincere, they did not. He responded back, then how can I change anything? I have done my actual best to the point of re-recording it several times. This is a apology.
That already says enough about how
Yeah.
well it's meant.
This was about a apology video where he was, I think, crying and not actually apologizing at all. Same
Yeah,
goes
no,
for
he
the second
never
one.
said the word, the actual word sorry. He never even said that.
I think in that
Yet,
video he was actually continuing on the blame.
yeah, he was blaming Five. Was getting to that point. He was blaming Five for things that happened and why he did certain things. So
Exactly.
instead of apologizing, he actually put blame on someone.
I wish I still had that video, and I'm pretty sure more people remember that apology happening. Actually, quote unquote, apology. It's not anywhere near one.
I think Tim might also remember that one.
Yeah. So
And then everyone who was in the appeal room.
yeah, exactly. Like a lot of people probably still remember that one.
And
Apologize to them here. Be sincere. He recorded it like at least 2 times. He reposted the second one, still going on with blaming, by the way.
yeah, and then when he was asked to apologize in the chat, it happened multiple times that he started typing and then stopped typing.
Yeah.
Started typing, removed the message again, and restarted again.
And it took him a while to even actually. He didn't even start it with "I'm sorry."
Nope.
I'm actually getting to that point already. He also removed both you and I's message on any of the videos, by the way, that we did comment on that it was insincere.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the streams where he was
Every message
calling
on
me out.
onto that video that was against him was immediately removed.
Only ours. Anyone
I believe
else's is still up. I checked. Anyone else's is still up. Just our messages are deleted. Only us two.
no.
Yep. So someone else.
Well, whilst those messages would have been the most important ones to listen to.
Exactly. This
And-
isn't
and
about
thi-
just the apology, Sados. This is the whole picture. Yeah.
This wasn't, by the way, a threat or something. But if you apologize to someone, those messages or those replies should mean the most to you.
Exactly. But apparently it didn't.
Nope.
Then block them and never talk to them again. Understand? And someone else said again. And seek help. I viewed your clips and it's not good. And almost a lot of his clips, he's screaming, I think smashing controllers and whatnot. Because he gets so
At this
mad.
point, I wouldn't be surprised if he has broken everything that is breakable.
So he didn't start off with apologizing. He started off with, alright, I literally only blocked them to actually talk to them. They are unwilling and I understand that. Yeah, exactly. I'll block
Yet
them.
you don't see the point.
He actually didn't start with an I am sorry. No. I only unblocked him for this conversation and I'll block them. We understand that, but we want a sincere apology here to the affected parties. Tell them directly that you won't do anything like this again, then block them. And you responded to it with, as a show of good faith, I am sorry for everything that's happened, but we want rest now. We are trying to move on. Please respect this. And his response was, Fearless, this is to you and Maleficent. He didn't start with me. He only addressed you, because I was the one being quiet the whole time. I was waiting everything out because, I didn't trust it. Obviously.
We were sitting next to each other. That's a good thing to point out. So it wasn't that I wasn't saying everything for Fi. It was that we spoke of it together, then came with a response that we were both comfortable with.
And to point it out, everyone else in that appeal room was aware that I was most likely not going to talk.
Yes.
I told them beforehand. So he started with, "Fearless, this is to you and Maleficent. I am sorry for the pain I've caused in the past and for the pain I am currently still causing. I am sorry that experiences Maleficent had with me and still does. I'm sorry for everything that I have caused, the anger I directed towards you guys, and I'm sorry about Shadow's behavior. I feel deeply ashamed for all the shit that I have done and caused, including all of this." Took him like a solid 4 minutes to type this all up. I also want to move on from this and from the feeling that I have to defend myself. So again, making an excuse as to why he acted that way.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you and Maleficent can leave this all in the past and have a nice future together without me causing shit. Look where that got us.
Yeah.
It's been almost a year since. This is this
Some
exact
some people
Appeal
are currently actively trying to move on, yet. Sorry.
So, sadly enough, I don't got the little message above it, but it's basically saying that his words have to be backed up by actions first. So he said, "Then you will probably have to wait multiple months. People do not change this fast. Even though I have been constantly working on everything, regardless of what anyone thinks, I want us to be over just as much as you do." So I said, there were issues that have been stated since the beginning of the relationships and were never worked on. So they said, "My judgment is as follows. Sato should be given a 3-month ban at the very least. Time to sort out his issues. However, I believe ultimately he should avoid Maleficent and other parties for much longer. I will unfortunately have to ban you from the estate, Satos. Once we see you have done as you stated, then we may let you back." And he said, "I want to avoid them permanently." Again, look where that led us. Wasn't the case. These two are
Yeah,
clearly
and
incompatible, huh?
and I believe not even one day after this whole happened in the appeal room in the estate, he already did something again,
Yeah.
which actually made the team of the Hayami estate ban him permanently.
Yeah. These are clearly incompatible and will be for a long time, perhaps indefinitely. But until then, this is where we part, dear. That was the whole conversation in the appeal room. This was, we're hitting the part where I made the potato PNGs. So this is proof that I made them. That may be a bit too cursed. Oh, reactive potato PNG. I need that in my life. This was the idea. Now I want to draw that because I have the dumbest idea for it. Do it, please. So then I showed the proof that I made them. Which I got no credit for, by the way. Let's see. I don't remember what this one is from, I think. This clip is Demonics talking about the PNGs, who made some of the PNGs. Just in case, I'll still get it up. It's way too long of a clip.
Hey, luckily Huge Hacked Cat is still available, but that one is...
Actually, in the meantime, I'm going to the toilet. I need a bathroom break! So enjoy the 4-minute clip for now.
difficult to get. Wait, what? Hacked Cat got removed?
Yeah, I
as
get
well?
that one, Eumonix.
Oh, Hacked Cat can be obtained from the Hacker Egg. Was there one specific egg in which you can obtain it? And is the icon for the golden one still broken? I'll have to go to the normal one.
I
See, that
know
I don't get. People
demonics.
come into a server expect to get free pets by asking for them? Bro, I haven't asked for any of the things I have.
I don't know
Uh,
which one is this about?
Also,
It's
welcome
not
back,
the
Bo.
PNG.
I'm trying to do the first one, but my
Oh, there. Yeah.
no, I was responding to demonics, but sometimes I make things sound the same. I'll call you Nixie.
So
Aki,
it was Saki who said before, "Hey Sedos, I know that you won the model, but if you would so ever credit me, thank you." That's why I started recording, because he didn't read it. Nothing about it, because he was answering everything else. So she asked again, "Hey Sedos, asking yet again. I know that you won the model, but if you would so ever credit me, thank you."
wait, did I not put you in the credits? If that's the case, I'll edit it right now.
He was acting
If
oblivious,
that is
acting
the
all
case,
innocent about
I'll
it.
edit it right now, because, guys, if it's not in my credits, I am so fucking sorry. I'll just quickly make sure that you're in there. Did I not add it in?
I think within that same stream, Nix has asked
No, maybe that's just
about
an oversight,
the other
Saki, sorry.
PNGs.
Yeah, I'm still a bit new to being able to actually use the
I'll use my PNG
model,
on this
so-
scene if I'm there.
channel.
Jesus.
Hey, I got nothing against you, so of course I'll put you into.
But also that I have nothing against you. That's the only reason why he gave credit then.
Yeah, no. Animate by.
My stomach is upset because I didn't eat
Currently
much.
no, because I'm quickly
Dinner
gonna
wasn't tasty.
edit my credits, because I
know that feeling. Didn't
well,
eat
this is
much.
dickish, but I kind of forgot to credit Saki. I'm sorry, Saki. Need to do this. Then copy the Twitter.
All that is just basically finally giving Saki the credits for it. You know what? I'll keep this up for a little bit. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, I have more clips.
Yet it doesn't hurt to actually credit an artist when they make something.
Exactly. So here's a credit about the Vroid model. But at the time, he also had the fact that I made some of the PNGs. He wasn't. Let me just get back to this one. He didn't credit me for the potato PNG or the stickman, and he had actually helps out the artist to be credited, since it lets followers know that, hey, that artist does something really fucking cool. Exactly. So the next screenshots were just some of the redeems he had, which was Stickman Zados and Potato PNG, which were both made by me. And I never got my credits for it. This is the part where Demonics asks about the PNGs. What happened there to the sound?
The sound got eaten.
Apparently, there was sound back then. I think the file got corrupted.
Or is it not loading in correctly? Because it is so long.
No, there's actually no sound. And even this. This should not happen. So basically, what Demonic did was ask regarding who made some of the PNGs, and all I got was Audible proof or Audible credits. Yeah, no, it's actually gone. I didn't even know that one corrupted. Well, now I know. So the following screenshots are my column sheet for the potato, or not potatoes, Stickman.
So he technically never has credited, since the Audible file has been corrupted.
Yeah, basically never actually credited me until months after. Then the chibi I was making, I have something much better, and then showed the Stickman PNGs, and then another proof that I make Stickman PNGs and a screenshot from my Ko-fi. At some point, Saki had blocked him, and he took a screenshot of the block message. Or no, he blocked Saki. He blocked Saki first. And said, "Such a shame I had to block such a talented artist. Unfortunately, they were just trying to rub in my flirty behavior to my girlfriend, attempting to hurt her just because I hurt one of their best friends. Leave my girlfriend alone. If you have issues with me, contact me."
What do you mean, hello world?
What?
They send a message, TDLR, for discussion. Also, your file did not get corrupted with the video stopping. You just stopped the recording.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. At exactly 40 seconds, I see you press pause recording.
Well, there's no audio, so that's still.
Oh yeah, no. The file is in the chat for people that are more in depth interested in the topic that we are discussing today. The context is an ex of my partner claiming to have let go and moved on. Yeah, they explain it in the chat as well. So basically that. They claim to have moved on and let go, and now saying that we need to let go and move on, yet we haven't done anything and got involved in that shit again last night. Thank you. It is pretty serious, and yeah, we hoped to have a nice fun gaming stream tonight.
Oh no, I wasn't originally planning on streaming at all.
Yeah, no, but I was.
There, more to add to that one. And then note, my girlfriend is literally next to me when I act flirty, and it means jack shit. It is simply personality I put on online because IRL, I fucking adore my girlfriend and actually want a future with her. Anyone that can't accept this, leave. She told him before that she felt uncomfortable with how he acts online towards people. And yet he still continues.
Yeah, what's the fun in stopping with something that you aren't or that other people aren't comfortable with?
So
I really don't get those people.
This is just Saki talking to Bonsai about it and making sure that she's like okay and comfortable. The flirting with someone else. I feel like reading all of those up, you know? Increase in views randomly, mostly whenever it's a Roblox stream. Because his views were averaging between 10 and maybe 50 on a good day. So I'm getting tired. I didn't get much sleep. But his views were averaging between 10, maybe 50 on a good day. And one of his Roblox streams hit 354 views somehow. Then sends a message to Saki. Saki, I'm going to request you to stay out of my relationship and try and gaslight my girlfriend. Saki never did that. Saki was merely showing concern, asking if she was okay with everything that he's doing. Just because I've heard Maleficent and you are friends with them does not give you the rights to do this. I act flirty online and she knew. She's requested me to stop, which I will do. You have made her hell insecure and actually hurt her. I hope you are proud of yourself. This is the one with the calling out Saki. Oh, it's Cobalt, who has also been called out for shitty stuff. Well, this is certainly a real piece of piss. Honestly, at this point, I'm used to it. The person I've wronged to cause all this, even though it has been over a month, said to have moved on. Yet they have a Spotify playlist to insult me, made multiple TikToks to insult me, and now Saki was stalking my account. The TikToks in question, by the way, were me being lovey-dovey towards Fearless on TikTok. And the playlist is
Some people might have said that it sometimes would have been a little bit sickening.
but the playlist was the old playlist that I made with lovey-dovey songs, and I did the same with Yukina back then. Changed it to songs that truly described how I was feeling. Like the basic songs, like just most of them were either just the title or the actual lyrics, like 3 Days Grace, I believe, with I Hate Everything About You, that one being the fucking title, because the lyrics says a lot of positive stuff as well instead of only negative, so.
It's still a good song though.
It is a good song. Holy fuck, I am so sorry this happened to you. Weirdest thing is, I never did anything towards Saki. She even came to my stream respectfully asking me to credit her since I forgot to do that. I edited my page on stream instantly, and suddenly this all happens. I genuinely have no idea why this is happening.
Yet you address the point.
I don't remember to who this is sent, but me, move on. Please, they are the fucking ones making playlists to insult me, TikToks to insult me, and now even have someone stalking my profile, contacting my fucking girlfriend, trying to break us up, to the point that Saki was fucking thinking I am SAing my girlfriend. I am trying my damnedest to move the fuck on, yet they keep pulling this shit on me, of which my friends notify me. I deleted any alt account I had there. I told my girlfriend to never talk about me anymore. Again, see where that one led us. Because apparently they were still talking about me just a few months back, and this is from last year around June. Unlike what you and others think, I want to never hear anything about this shit anymore. I do not care if I instigated it. I deleted the apology video as well. Nobody fucking believed it, and honestly, I'm unlike what other people think.
Yet you make an apology video if it's accepted or thought to be fake or whatever. If you apologize, you leave it up because you apologize with a reason, and everyone has the right to know why you apologize.
I am stressed and suicidal, thanks to all of this shit haunting me. Yet I am the fucking bad guy. I will politely ask you to never DM me again. Please, if you are just here to defend them and don't even bother listening. I'd already fucking moved on, yet shit they do about me crossed my path. I am throwing the dog down the stairs, apparently.
Let's see if Bowie can fly.
God.
For obvious reasons, this was a joke.
I actually have a speaking of moment. Speaking of Bowie, I forgot to mention something about her, apparently.
What?
That was around Christmas 2021. We were all at like a dinner table with my niece, my parents, my sister. Back when the elderly dog was still alive.
Kira.
Yeah. So the dogs kind of beg for food, you know. That's just what they've always done. None of us really care at this point. We just ignore them. He started kicking at both of the dogs because he didn't like it. He would also often call my dog a cum rag and other really disgusting shit that you can call a dog. Well, it's my dog, not his, so he has no right. Yeah, exactly. He has no right to call my dog those kind of things or kick at my dogs. And
What usually works best is just to throw food in her face.
no, you throw it right in her face, yeah.
It works though.
For only a little bit.
Yeah, long enough for me to finish the rest.
During that same dinner, he grabbed my phone because I need to have like my phone most of the time, and if I'm kind of overwhelmed, like family dinners or whatever, I scroll on it just a little bit, and then I'm fine again for a little while, you know?
Yeah, you need to zone out for a little bit.
Yeah. He actually grabbed it out of my hands while my parents are there, my niece is there, and they're all looking at him as if he's fucking insane. And then he does give me my phone back. That's one thing at least. But he didn't have a right to grab it out of my hands. And during that dinner, he would make comments about my sister, like calling her a pig and whatnot, and saying that I was the better looking one. Which is not something you say during a dinner, let alone during Christmas.
And about a minor.
Yeah. Like, it's fucking rude to have called her a pig. We have since turned it into a joke.
A running gag in the family.
Yeah, it's now a running gag in the family. So thank you for that one, I guess. She still doesn't exactly like it because of the context behind it, but she deals with it. I'm not the one making the comments anyways, it's my parents, so. Yeah. Adding to it, I will politely ask you to never DM me again, please, if you're here just to defend them. I think that part was already there. I had already fucking moved on, yet shit they do about me crosses my paths. Be fucking glad I am still respectful enough to vaguely mention them instead of straight up saying their name. I do not care what they fucking do. I do not care what they post shit about me and play victim. Be my fucking guest. I do not care about that. I do not care about this fucking platform. I do not care for this fucking bullshit. He clearly does care about any platform, because right now, I think most of us can agree, he's very number driven. Which is not a correct way to go about streaming. I get the people who actually want to make it their job, and that they are extremely number driven. But unfortunately, it's not laid out for everyone to actually make streaming their job. That's why I make it my hobby instead.
It should just be a hobby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in fucking pain because this shit fucking haunts me. I don't care that Fia and I broke up. I care that I got attacked. Fia's happy. I am happy. Literally, I am all I wanted. Oh, this is towards. These are the chats with Riedel. Riedel was the one that reached out to him, and then he lashed out at Riedel, and we all know what happened to Riedel, so. But the evidence still stands. Exactly. Going into stream or any content creation for money you're gonna feel anyways. You gotta build it up slowly. You gotta build up all of the community first before you can even make it into a 24/7 thing.
Yep.
So he said, "I'm sorry if I came over like a dick to you. I'm used to it from you at this point." To which he responded, "For once, I didn't mean to be a dick. I am just so damn tired and constantly feeling attacked and everyone picking their side. Their friends going after my girlfriend and constantly assuming things that hurts way too fucking much. You lashing out on me every single time isn't going to make things better. I think whenever people at all um talk to him, even to hear his side, he would still lash out at them.
Yeah, because he most likely thought that we were sending him or sending them after him, yet they were just asking for some clarification about stuff.
Exactly. So so she said, "You lashing out on me every single time isn't going to make things better." So he literally nothing does. So I will follow your advice, block and move on. Have a good life, Riedel. And he blocked her. But also since has been block evading. Unfortunately, these are Sin's statements. I have had personal dealings with Sados. His anger issues will never change. He used to crash people just for calling me a stupid name on VR chat, and then threatened to hack them and kill them. He keeps saying he will change, but that won't happen. Now, I don't know in how far what Sin said is correct or truthful, but I can see it happening.
I think almost everyone can.
Yeah. This is where he was exploiting in Pet Simulator X, which he got banned for. Content creation, so streaming on Twitch or wherever or other stuff, is 90% used as a side job since it's just some money to earn a site, but those that do it as a main job have a very high follower numbers and else. Exactly. They worked extremely hard to get to that point. There's a lot still in this one. So he got banned from Pet Simulator X. And let me go there, this one first. So he sent a screenshot of that onto Twitter. At Build Into Games. Ah yes, thank you for this ban out of nowhere, and also not appealing to bans anymore. Gotta love this, lost all my progress, money I spent on it, and now I'm unable to play my favorite game. Oh yeah, and for no longer appealing to bans in your Discord, even though your damn game directs me to that. And then, multiple things, like, for example, a miner that was in this community saying, "Help him get unbanned on PetSim X. Continuously. Please Preston unban him." That kind of stuff. At some point, I have the clip right there.
You guys come here for Roblox, you're in the wrong stream. Yeah, pools are indeed amazing in this heat, but unfortunately I don't own a pool. I should really own one, but I don't have the money. And although, why did I exploit the game? Because hardcore is absolute nonsense. You have to sit there for hours. Kruidvat, 20 euro. Zwembad, ja, nee, die zijn niet goed. Like, I am just bored of that. I don't want to sit still, develop carpal tunnel in my wrist, which is already severely damaged, by constantly clicking. I don't like it. And using an auto clicker, yeah, well, the one place you can properly grind coins in, for example, the heaven area, is Heaven's Gate, the 2 chests. So I gave up. I taunted them by using exploits on stream just so I can get banned and finally leave that game behind. I didn't even enjoy it anymore. Hey, Zashin. I really didn't enjoy it anymore.
No, but it isn't allowed.
I got scammed once. Well, that didn't stop me because I got a lot of pets.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah.
But he got extremely mad about the fact that he is banned. So he claims to not like the game. And let's look a bit here. Burp. Pardonnez-moi. I found some more of the appeal room. I'm not going to read the rest of the appeal room anymore. Sorry.
That's understandable. It was already a lot.
Yeah. So he lies. He lied about disliking Pet Simulator X because guess what? I'm currently in the red. I don't really care anymore. I wonder what they're doing on the Wi-Fi because I'm not doing that much.
I don't think you want to know, hun.
I don't think so either. You know what? If there's really, I don't really care anymore at this point. So he disliked the game that much that he made an alt account to play Pet Simulator X.
So that was even beneficial.
Yeah,
Sounds like you had experience with that one.
yeah, exactly. That's not even disliking it. That's full on wanting it. They got the dogs.
No, that's not wanting it. That's just being desperate. Yeah, exactly. Being addicted.
My dad is complaining about me being too loud, even though I'm not. It is addiction. Let's see. Because I skipped one where he ratted me out to sin. So I found out that all the so-called screenshots to expose me, he apparently said all of them, were submitted by none other than Maleficent, who knows nothing about me but wanted to get noticed. You'll have a little birdie amongst you. And then again another text in the same message. Maleficent was the anonymous screenshot donator. But she conveniently forgets that Sados just as much had a part in calling her out. Here we have some more nice little videos slandering the whole or insulting the whole VTuber community in this one. It wants to load.
Yet still trying its best to be a VTuber.
Yeah. Why is my internet like this? What is my sister doing? Thought she was a boomer. It actually won't play anymore. Oh, there we go. Just don't have
honestly
patience.
forgot.
Yeah,
I
we
am
didn't know
anything
that
but
one already,
cute.
hun.
I'm a sweaty dumbass sitting here dying behind a TV screen with a camera pointed at his face using a model. What? It's a known fact VTubers cannot be cute. It's a known fact. Oh yeah.
Like you're saying, it's a known fact that VTubers cannot be cute. Bullshit. Then here he is slandering Saki.
Oh yeah, I was gonna add a command, custom, add command, credits, creator,
We're back in the red again.
PNG.
What the hell?
creator, emote, create, emote create. I will be giving the Twitter links to everyone.
It's mostly the crediting.
Blocked. I will
Disgusting Bowie.
I heard that one over here.
Ew.
Sakayanki VR. Even though I have her blocked, I will do it.
It was the temptation to not credit Saki just because he has her blocked.
The only way to donate to me is by either gifting subs or actually helping me fund something on Throne is also a way to help me out.
That's
Help me
also
fund
something
into
that I
the
find
Switch so we
quite
can actually
weird.
do this
Like,
properly.
You have someone blocked, but yet you go use their PNG.
Exactly.
Okay.
Then what's the point in blocking them? Or it
Creator,
apparently isn't
actually,
bad enough to.
3D model creator.
Here's
But
Saki PNG creator is
Yeah.
gonna be Kururu. I've not been blocked by her, so that's quite pleasant.
It's the I have not been blocked by her, so that's quite pleasant. Now he is blocked by Kuru.
Emote creator is gonna be Ragdoll.
You also want to say not blocked by
Ragdoll.
Rag.
Cinderella doll, there we go. I'm also not blocked by her.
Also currently blocked by
Thank
Ragdoll.
Fuck. Love. Potato. Raid. What other emo do I even have? Peak.
Peak. Rin. Also currently
Creator.
blocked by Rin.
Emo creator is gonna be Rinkira, I believe. Rinkira. I know I have her credited in my Twitch bio, but a lot of people forget to use that, so.
Don't know what more could be there.
And 1k bits is also my highest. Donate? What? What do you mean? I'm a good enough streamer to actually get paid. I refuse.
That's it for this one. Just lying about this liking Pet Simulator X, Fading Block, Fading Block Part 2. Like, he still commented on Real's post at VT Alley, and Riddle Stellar has also threatened me multiple times saying that he wants to curb stomp me and probably hurt me a lot too. Also, Riddle, that shit is fucked up. That just proves that Sin and Stellar are both fucking insane. The response to that was, "You do realize you blocked me, right?" These are multiple anger outbursts, getting mad at the drama he created.
The Holly.
If you actually want to watch
It
these,
didn't jeopardize the document because
if you want to watch these videos specifically, I would suggest watching those on your own. Because I'm not about to get into those specifically. Because I never liked him yelling. He yelled a lot in Feces. And I don't like it. It's genuinely a scary thing. So I'm not putting myself through listening to those again. I'm sorry to
And
disappoint.
we respect that.
But I'm not going through these. And a conversation with Sin. She was the purposely misgendering. She was the anonymous person who sent all the screenshots in the doc to expose you. Then she started sucking up to me and others. She probably used me. Getting and talking about it being the dominant person in the PC. Exactly. I mean, we got a witness to this one, but the fact that he once got mad about Nitro not working. He got so mad that he started yelling really loudly, and at some point I think left the PC. But he was saying that I started sucking up to him. He probably meant in like gains of following or whatever. In that case, I gained nothing from him. I worked on everything myself. And I take pride in what I have created. I worked on my following on everything, my complete self. I was pretty annoyed all the time, I admit that, but never physically to her, or anything. I just didn't realize I mostly did that because I was unhappy with her after only 2 months. It still kept me on a leash. I never
And
broke up
misgendering
afterwards.
again.
Yeah, he's constantly misgendering, and then he claims to be a trans-friendly place. We'll get more into the trans-friendly place, don't worry. I never broke up afterwards because I knew her friends would come and harass me. But in DM, continuously saying, "Oh, I still love them. That's why I kept them out. I still love you. I still love you." And saying to others, "I didn't want to get harassed." I hate when people do that. I was stuck in a lot of relationship because of being afraid of people's friends harassing me. It really fucking sucks. Now finally, I am genuinely happy, finally done with all the bullshit, except for people now thinking that I SA'd Fee. Not thinking, it's an actual fact. I'm not getting a Medusa tattoo done just for the fun of it. Just saying. I'm actually getting one done because I'm trying to cope with it. I'm trying to cope with what is happening to me. And an artist who made my first free design suddenly charging me 300 euros fee for commercial use. And her going after my girlfriend because she's too stupid to realize that Fee is a lying sack of shit. And then I stopped focusing on my online life and more IRL stuff. This is how I felt after being with Kenton so long. Every time he visits and when I visit him. Feels amazing, doesn't it? Yeah, damn, you actually went, congrats. Yeah, I was through chicken shit, but I did it. While seeing that a lot of people were, or even are after you online, I can't say I blame you. You left kind of a big step for you. He's still claiming to have been against Sin, but here we are, him being all buddy to his nonce of an ex. They were. They aren't anymore. People stopped caring after I trolled them. Honestly, same here. After Maleficent went apeshit on me. She's become super two-faced, so I don't talk to her either. She always has been, Serena. Never noticed. It's because I'm not. Going back to this one. So that's the whole of the second document. We have a third. And we even have his streams. We're not going to watch the full streams. We're going to get bits and pieces out of the transcripts whenever we get to that one. Third document. So, this one is the one where at some point we got back into contact because he wouldn't stop fucking name dropping me. I was getting fed up with it, and I just wanted it to stop. And I hoped that he would stop after we had this neutral peace alliance thing, you know? Revenge post. Honestly, I am so sick of being reminded of my ex, and I possibly have my friends stalking my fucking Twitter. I have let them go on so long, yet according to friends, they are sometimes still ranting about me. The amount of times I carefully pick my words to not cause them to instantly start a riot about me is exhausting. I am scared to vent here or talk about them on stream because last time it fucking backfired immensely. Given that I was being a heartless asshole to them, so it was deserved. Every time I used the potato PNG, I reminded of them and the horrible person I was in that relationship. Fun fact, he still used that PNG up until a little
Quite
bit earlier
recently.
in this month or in this year. Yeah, until quite recently. He was still using it, even though I had said that I felt uncomfortable with that. I'm reminded of them and the horrible person was in that relationship. I sometimes wish that we could just get along at the very least. I'm ashamed of my actions and I've worked on them to improve myself to not treat my current girlfriend the same. It has been a tough road and I will always regret what I have done, wishing I could go back and at least say that I am sorry. I've been bettering myself every day from that point on, but hearing stuff like this is just really disheartening. Hearing that they are allegedly still ranting about me is just a shame. I really want them to move on, to be happy, and to finally get what they deserve. For once, I genuinely mean that I wish the best for them since I was an abusive asshole. If you ever read this feed, I am beyond sorry. That one is the reason that I reached out to him in November 2022, hoping that he would shut up. Which, sadly enough, wasn't the case. This is one of the comments that we made previously with the number-driven part. I stopped the stream, my Twitch is basically dead. I don't even get any viewers streaming there anymore without having to mass self-promote myself here and on Twitter. And even then, with a little luck, I get 2 viewers. I'm so damn demotivated. Anyone have any tips?
Stop streaming. Sorry.
Like, that's still not the way to go about it. Someone else tweeted out, why are white people allergic to saying excuse me in the grocery store? A lot of them are, so I don't blame them for that one. I don't blame OP for that comment. It was very general anyways. And he replied to it, I do it all the damn time. Can you please not just generalize all white people and accuse them of this? If we say this exact thing about POC or blacks, we get fucking flamed. Not all white, blacks, or POC are great. A lot of people lack manners. That's like slightly racist, not gonna lie, but you do you.
Slightly. Majorly.
Yeah, and also the fact that Shadow, on one of my streams, has said the N-word. Shadow is as white as one can be. And that VOD is still up, so if they ever try to claim that he hasn't, it is in one of the many Demon SMP streams. I don't know which one, otherwise I would have pulled it up, but he has very loudly, randomly said the N-word in that call. No build up, no reason behind it at all. This comment, same goes for my entire community. They would go after you if I would give the green light, but I will never do that. Is it trying to be a nice guy by saying, I will never send my community after you, I wouldn't dare. Why are we in the red again? Please. Can they stop watching whatever they're watching on the Wi-Fi? It's annoying. I did put it there and it got removed.
Aw, that's a shame.
Yeah. I could repost it. Just need to blur it a little bit better. But I can repost it if I want to. And a lot of people were extremely pissed about the fact that he even said that. That was interesting.
Arch self-proclaimed nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. And for some reason, we went no contact around Christmas, and he still said, "Good luck surviving Christmas. Hopefully these days will not be as bad as the last one." I found that extremely unnecessary of him to even say. And then his status, so far best Christmas ever. Way better than last year. She has improved my year immensely.
Yet with the last comment, or the comment before you just read, he actually acknowledges that he hasn't been good at Christmas.
Exactly. And with this one, he disregards it already.
Mm-hmm. Like, I've been bad at Christmas, but I don't care about others.
Like, on Christmas Day, my hamster died as well. He was here physically. My hamster had died. I barely got any comfort from him. And I was extremely heartbroken about it because I love all of my pets. She died of old age before anyone tries to fucking cancel me for it. Because of the one person, that one succubi person, whose hamsters died within a year. That was not the case with mine.
And then claims it on the pet store.
Yeah, that was not the case with mine. She was 3 years old. That is the oldest a hamster can get. Let's see. He did mention it a lot towards other people as well on Twitter. I was a very mentally abusive partner towards an ex of mine. I was always yelling, distrusting, gaslighting, and guilt tripping them. That was more than 8 months ago. I went on to therapy. I started taking meds to further help control myself.
Your hamster got 3 years, right?
Yeah.
So it turned 100 years in human years.
Jesus. Trigger warning, physical and mental abuse and SH. Venting post, I want to get this off of my chest since it hurts me a lot. The past 2 years I have been taken into a mental institution to try and learn to live on my own, to not be dependent on others anymore. The institution he was in was regarding addictions, by the way.
Yeah, the place pet simulator thingy
Yeah.
that is literally gambling
While
addiction.
also having an alcohol
Sorry.
addiction. I have fled from both my parents' houses due to my stepdad attempting to choke me out and off me. Ran away from my dad because it was extremely long history with me of hitting me, throwing me against walls and stairs, degrading me, never supporting me. It has hurt me a lot to the point I have severe PTSD and even tried to off myself about 5 times, and by now in the span of 4 years I OD'd on ADHD meds.
But not to question being assaulted or whatever by a family member or a parent or whatever. But I do question it. Like the way that he is talking about it so early and stuff. I mean, how?
Exactly.
Out of personal experience, I have gone through a lot of shit with my dad, and I still can barely talk about it.
So I continue. Oh yeah.
Not even, and this is not to be for you to question yourself or whatever, but not even you know the full story of what all happened. You only know spots because I can't even. This even already almost tears me up.
I know.
Sorry.
I OD'd on ADHD meds. I have hurt myself. I've tried jumping off a 25-story high building. No one will allow you on the roof of such a high building, by the way.
Not without good reason.
Tried
And
to
I know
jump
that
off
out
a
of
train and drown myself. Exactly, but how would he even have access to such a high building and trying to jump off it? Also, 25 seems like a lot.
It is a lot. Most buildings are around 20 floors that are high in the Netherlands. But out of personal experience, for people wondering how I get the personal experience, I work in the industry that is for sun shadings, etc. We install automated systems, and that include also weather stations. Even we can barely get permission to get onto a roof. Most of the time, all roof entrances are locked with 3 double doors. So you have to go through 3 doors before you even can reach the roof.
My throat hurts. I still suffer severely from all of this, and it causes me to be extremely defensive, aggressive towards people from time to time, because I'm always stressed, always scared. I've wanted and tried to live a normal life, but I keep being plagued by the memories of those events. I have hurt partners, I have mentally abused people, I manipulated people, I stopped caring about others, and all those actions came with severe consequences. All the things I have done wrong in life weigh extremely heavy on my shoulders and cause me to panic at almost anything in any relationship and was always scared. I have been cheated on multiple times and thus have severe trust issues relating to relationships. I am always scared to hurt my significant other because I feel like they are all I have. They are my everything, literally. Every day, every night, I lie awake seeing those horrible things my dad did to me and my mom just watched. My brother tried to protect me a few times, but my dad would just lash out later that day. They gave me consoles just so they wouldn't have to deal with me and my ADHD. My parents never really knew me, and neither did I. I never talked to them again because I know that I am a failure to them. I didn't graduate past high school. I don't have a job. I play games for a living. I gain a lot of weight and I struggle with severe depression, anxiety, PTSD, and anger issues. I'm unable to work properly because of my horrible back and possible arthritis in my right knee, making walking, bending over, or just using that knee in general pretty damn painful. I've had multiple sleep paralysis. I give up. Lately as
Sleep.
well. Paralysis. That's the one. So I have been barely sleeping, barely able to enjoy things anymore, and generally overthinking everything. And I just want in my. Also, we found a new word instead of aluminum. All I
What?
just want in life for people to be proud of me, for my parents to see that I am not a failure, but alas, that is an impossible future. Paralysis.
Oh, yeah, like that.
I just want people to know why I am the way I am. I was never taught how to be around others. I was always used to being yelled at by hurting others as if it was a normal thing to do. I still struggle extremely with suicidal thoughts, and sometimes I can't take it anymore. My head is constantly full. I'm always stressed, scared, anxious, paranoid, and it makes me feel like that is the only escape. So if you guys don't hear from me in a while, chances are that I'm no longer with all of you. Just know I love you all. In calls before, he told me with pride that he was a bully towards children. That he was a big bully in kindergarten and all of those other type of classes, and that he was purposely bullying other children. He didn't seem regretful about it
Remorseful.
or remorseful. He was proud. He was proud of what he did, and that made me uncomfortable. More of the depressing status. And again, the life has improved so goddamn much compared to last year. Lovely relationship, nice place to live. I am living life to the max.
Then why you keep busy with Fi? Sorry.
This is where I said, hi, after some more thinking about it, I actually don't feel comfortable with you using the art pieces I have made during the relationship and right after. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. To where he said that he did delete, he has deleted them all. I is no longer using them because apparently it hurt him too. Yet after all of those statements, he does keep, you know, using those things. He actually hasn't used the PNGs that I made since, to which I'm glad. But before that, he would always say, "Oh, this hurts me. This has bad memories," and then continue using that thing. You know.
Yeah, how bad are those memories?
Also, the proudly showing on Twitter that he burned all of my stuff. All the stuff from my ex burned. Fully let go now. I have nothing left. They left that I got them, and I deleted, or that they got me, and I deleted all art pieces with them and from them. It took him a while to delete or to remove everything regarding me, by the way. Because I destroyed all my stuff back in June. This is like a month or two after June, at least.
It was literally. It felt like a cry for a cry of hoping to bring something back from the past that isn't repairable anymore at this point.
So this is another one, a response to something. Who was the first VTuber you watched enter you into the community? Mine was a person named Maleficent. I used to date them, and they really got me interested in the VTuber community. Been here for about 8 months or more, and I'm never planning on leaving. Like, why do you have to, first of all, mention my name? You didn't have to mention it. And secondly, you don't have to mention that you used to date me. It's the, no one has to know that. No one cares about that either. Well, just noticed I had been blocked by the artist that has my current PNGs, so I guess I will have to look for a new one when I have the funds. Any suggestions? I want people to link in my DM, 5 for Ko-Fi only. No other website or advertisement DM. Got the GFX box with that one, obviously. Why did they block you? Maybe linked to some problems I had with someone a while back. Not really sure, so I just guess that they are friends with that said person. Huh? I'm just trying to avoid saying their name, but the artist is or was the same artist for the person's PNGs. Like the one that I have right there. This lovely PNG made by Kuru. We love Kuru in this household, by the way.
We very much love them.
Oh, and the PNG that Fearless here is using, also made by Kuru. So they're taking sides in a fight and stole your money. No, the artist hasn't stolen money at all. Probably should have clarified that in the first place. Because the way he phrased it made it seem like Guru still had his PNGs. And that she never gave him the PNGs. I've been using the PNGs they made for me for a while now. I just noticed they have me blocked because I was looking into calming them again, but noticed that I had been blocked. This is the stuff where Third Active comes in. They started following me and started DMing me like, hey, you don't know me, but I know someone you knew. Say those potatoes. I've been compiling a document about him and his actions, but so far I only have one side, his, and I would like to know what he did from your perspective, but no pressure. If you don't want to talk about it, it's alright. I'm just trying to see all the sides of all his admittedly many controversies. So all I said is, hi, I do have some trust issues when it comes to people who know/knew him. I hope you can understand that. But I'll gladly send you through the callouts I have previously put out and will clarify on things that might be confusing or anything like that, if you don't mind that. So I already figured this was most definitely a, what's it called? A baiting post. This was them baiting to get responses out of me that is useful for them. So I just said, yeah, I can send you through the already existing callouts. So I sent the one that has both the first and the second one attached. It's just I've been a fan of his for quite a while and recently learned about this whole drama thing. So I'm just trying to gather all the facts so I can determine which side here is in the right and if he should be forgiven. If you don't mind, would you be able to answer a few questions? These are mainly about things he told me that I just want to confirm are true. I said, no, that's completely fair, go for it. Okay, so first was this tweet. Is this tweet related to Zelos in any way? When talking to me, he mentioned he thinks that this is directed at him, showing that he is, or was at that point in time, stalking my accounts. If you're an 18 plus creator and advertise yourself as 18 plus only, maybe, just maybe, you should stick to your own words then. It was not directly at Zelos. I follow more 18 plus creators, and I've noticed with most of them that there are like occasionally a minor coming into their community, and that is what I told Third Active as well. It was a very general tweet, and there are just minors are around every single corner at this point, and a lot of 18 plus people obviously do not want minors in their community. They still find their way back in. And then second, do you know a user by the name of Sin? I heard they had quite a large drama around them. As I said, I have heard of Sin, but only because of Zelos at the time. Before that, I genuinely had never heard of them before. Which is the truth. I didn't know who Sin was, like I mentioned way before. It's none of my problems. I don't care for Sin.
I mean, just because you are in the VTuber community doesn't mean you know every one of them.
Exactly. Like, I didn't care for so many of them just because I wasn't that into the community, you know. I'm still not actively seeking out people. That's just me. Okay, I see. Thank you for your time. I might ask a few more questions in the next few days, but that's all for now. And do I have permission to screenshot and quote you on these answers? I said it feels a little icky, but sure. So later on, the beginning again. Apparently, I accidentally added all of them twice. I just now discovered that, and I'm not gonna fix it. They're all in there twice.
Tell me you're lazy without telling me you're lazy.
Hi, would you mind answering a few more questions? Sure, go for it. Sorry for the late response, but here are the questions. 1. Are you and Seda still talking on good terms? 2. Do you know the account by the name of Caitlin Great? 3. Do you think Sedos is sorry for what he did? 4. Sedos claim that happened was we broke up, I couldn't handle it properly, and started being petty, so I harassed them because I felt betrayed, pushing them to the point of posting a tweet longer about me. This is an exact quote. 5. Do you know the account by the name of Kitty Kohai? And 6. Do you know the person Moonlight Mass? Note, in question 4, I'm asking if the quote is accurate to what actually happened. So my answers were 1. I guess so, we don't talk, which I'm fine with. 2. I have been made aware of the account by Zedos. 3. I have genuinely no clue if he is, because their actions need to match words, I suppose. 4. That would be correct had he not told his friends to use my phobia against me, I would have kept quiet about everything. let's see where the kept quiet about everything. You of all people know that as well. Like I've said it before that I wasn't going to make it public at all. I just made a fucking scratch on my mouse pad. Oh no.
Luckily it's a mouse pad, not again on the Squishmallow.
No, that one has a pen mark. My nail is just long. And 5, not per se, a mutual has made me aware of the account in a group chat, saying that they're Sin. A little while after, Zelos made me aware of the Caitlyn account being Sin. 6, I don't know that person. I am sorry. 3, I have difficulty seeing whether a person is genuine or not with apologies that isn't something personal towards him. I see, thank you so much for your time. I just had to make sure all of the things he said checks out. And so I said, would it be fine to drop the subject in general after this? I've noticed that since yesterday it has taken a severe toll on me. I was sitting there, like, I think that whole night and the whole following day up until that they messaged me again. I was sitting there feeling extremely sick to my stomach, about to throw up, and it wouldn't go away. Anytime he has been mentioned. Yeah, you were. You were. No. I haven't forgotten. But I felt extremely sick to my stomach, and every time that he got mentioned since, I couldn't eat, couldn't drink, couldn't do anything, couldn't sleep, and I just felt extremely sick to my stomach, and was just overall an awful feeling. This year, now we're mostly getting into the screenshot of this year, where he said, hey Fee, could I potentially show my redesign OC? I'm pretty proud and kinda wanna hear your opinion too. If he doesn't care about me, if he dislikes me and whatnot, and we only had each other, like, friended for peace sake, why would he need my opinion on it? Why does he care for my opinion?
Why did the hiccups come back?
I don't have hiccups.
Does sound like it.
You have hiccups.
No, I don't.
So, this is just like a little thing. What you planning on drawing? I load all my PNG overlays, logos, panels, and skins. Jesus, even more? At this point they are almost free. I'm only just now learning chibis on paper. Like your profile picture. Yeah, it looks cute for sure. Was my first attempt. I nailed it instantly. See, you are a good artist. I don't know why he was still trying to be like all friendly. There was like an hour or two of silence, and then he randomly sent me a tweet of Shy Lily with like some plushie and said, look at the size of the lad. If we're not exactly friends, why message me again? So, this was around the concert, so I said, also, how has life been treating you lately? And how was the concert? So I just said, the concert was awesome, definitely a 10 out of 10 for first concert ever. As far as life goes, debatable. Because how I always say, like, how when people ask how I'm doing, I say, decent or debatable or that kind of stuff, you know? So life is going the normal way for you, basically, slash half joke. Yeah, added the slash half joke later on. Then he showed me about the FNAF U2s. Not sure if you have seen this yet, and I also apologize for the random DM, but I thought you might like this. Knowing you like Sun and Moon, they are becoming available. Why are you still busy with my interests? If you dislike me, if we've broken up, and all that stuff. So that's what I didn't get.
And are claiming to have moved on and not be busy with.
Then this is in March 17th, so not that long ago. At Maleficent, at Real Fearless, I do not know why you guys think I haven't moved on for free, but the shit you are saying to Bonsai is straight up delusional. I have let go. I have moved on, but she brings you guys back up time and time again, despite me telling her to let go and stop. She kept getting you recommended on TikTok feed because she visited your page once before. My friends are not stalking you at all. Nobody from my side is. I know that tweet is in regards to all of your exes and other people, but that also includes me. The part where he's complaining about the TikTok, she admitted to having used an alt account to look at my Twitter, came across one of my links towards my TikTok, and has since gotten my videos on her view page. The only reason that I knew about her stalking my TikTok was because she accidentally liked something I reposted. Your comment about a like confirmed that I want nothing to do Your comment about a like confirmed that I want nothing to do with you guys at all, just like you don't want that with me. I've tried being petty, I tried being nice, now I am done. This all being said, regarding to DMs between Bonsai and Fearless, I know you guys dislike/hate me, but move on. That should give your mind some ease, V. I have moved on, now it is your turn to do the same. I did not mean to start a war or shit against V, but these assumptions need to stop, and you also need to try and move on. You post about exes so damn much, that is not how letting go works. He said, I do not mean to start a war or shit again, while actively starting shit again. So it's kind of hypocritical, I guess.
Kinda. It is really hypocritical.
This is on the comment section. He's done that twice, 2 times while I've been mainly around. Exactly. Kind of repeating thing he does. Okay, but why are you naming other people when it's about one person, as you stated in the beginning of this VOD? You mentioned shit with Maleficent, and then went to name other people's names, but not their ex, whose name I will not address. So he said, I started going on around and made a couple slip-ups here and there. This is why I did it live as well. I do not want to make it seem staged, so I just wanted to let people around me and my community, and even outside of it, know what was going on with me lately. The issue, as far as I've noticed with me getting annoyed when on break, was that I was honestly fucking scared to lose them, because I love them so dearly, even though I failed to show it pretty horribly. I also decided to name everyone involved with other shit related to the breakup and my childish way of acting towards Maleficent recently, plus me talking to a person we all didn't really. I didn't get the whole thing of that one, unfortunately. Cause that's where that one unfortunately ends. But I'm now getting to the screenshots of some of the streams and the streams and the other YouTube video. We'll get into that one later on as well, but I'll read the tweet about it. Mentions of SA abuse, his videos about experiences with Maleficent. I have been thinking about this, making this video for a while. I've said and done stupid shit in the past, but I am done being blamed as the only bad guy in the situation. I apparently added screenshots twice again. Seems to be a reoccurring thing at this point. Not wanting to start shit. The timing was kinda strange, knowing that you had posted something about people sending friends to stalk you online. I know that because of an alt account, I used that to look at the harasser, but you are on my For You page, oddly enough. He probably looked for me actively, and that's why I was on his Twitter For You page. But
Most likely, yeah.
He also admitted to using an alt account to look at my accounts. Screenshot with where Bonsai liked the video I reposted. Honestly, because you're not his main focus, probably. He could if he wanted to, I guess. He tried to set you up against me during his stream last night. Which obviously didn't fucking work. Blocked you again, or... And on there's
Oh, I
Lou
can't win them
account.
over. Then I block them. Then I don't forget that I was trying to.
I mean, I've been mentioned, called out, but I don't even know why till this day. Just because you were associated with me. So, on his loot account, which has been long removed, I'm not showing the picture on stream. It's a picture where I'm in a very vulnerable state. That I posted onto the loot with @YukinaVT. Look what I get to F, buddy. Maybe if you stopped trying to break us up, or if you didn't fuck up with them, you could have had this. I'm not really bothered with all of the messages between you and Bonsai because then I need to translate everything again. But they mostly were using she, her in Dutch, saying that they got my video on their view page a couple times because they clicked a link of my TikTok on my Twitter. And then said I noticed that she blocked me because she no longer came across my For You page. And then the message that you had sent. It's okay, I already figured. Yeah, I know they told me that they have seen a like from you, but you aren't the only one that keeps on visiting from Zedos' friends. They are exes now, and they just need to respect each other, and Fee getting random messages from Zedos about things Fee likes, and wishing happy Christmas and New Year's, and stuff really ticked them off. They didn't have to clean his breakup, but we both Fee and I are getting the feeling Zedos has a lot of problems moving on, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about it, since it isn't fair for you either. I mean, you two are supposed to be getting married, so I shouldn't even be thinking about Fee's interest anymore. Shall we just agree that all parties keep busy with themselves for now, so we can all move on? Again, clearly a thing that they both didn't stick to, because both of them made a public tweet about it. And calling mostly me out, and Zedos mostly calling Fearless out for, I don't know, wanting to bring peace.
Yeah, and forgetting himself that he has me blocked, so there's no point in actually calling me out or whatever, since I can't even see it.
Not only that, the fact that they tagged first actually ruins their reach. Here she was saying that Zedos has, for as far as I know, let go, but I keep bringing it up. But Zedos hasn't talked about it for a few weeks, only weeks.
Yeah, whilst that should be months.
My trust issues are horrible, and that's no reason to behave the way that I did. I can see that it hurts Zedos a lot, and that's more important than what Fee does with her life. Bonsai would actively misgender me whenever she could. I would understand the struggle to put something past you, but that doesn't come out of the blue. I mean, usually something triggers it. In this case, I think it would be because Zedos still puts things referring to Fee in a status, and he keeps messaging them once agreed upon that they only have each other on Discord to keep it at that and to not have contacts. But to be honest, you don't have to fear anything. Fee doesn't want Zedos back, not to be rude, but they are done with him, and they also just want to rest and move on. A proposal which can solve all issues. If we give everyone a list with main and alt accounts, so we just block each other out completely without unblocking, we don't see anything from each other anymore. You can also let your mind come to rest. Would that be a great solve? Let's see. I'm not scared that Fee wants Zedos back. I haven't really seen the statuses. Where he talks about them. Usually they're about me. I'm just really scared that someone's going to leave me again, and I can believe that Fee is done with him. I've heard a few of the things, and if that happened to me, I also wouldn't come back at all anymore. He talks with me about it because he's scared that he's going to do the same with me. And if I compare him to how he was with a year ago, he has already changed a lot. But that's only my opinion, and that of yours and Fee's will always be different. Then the alt accounts. Zedos would only try to be friends with Fee because he was trying to make it all right, not because he still wanted them. This is mostly about.
Yet you have been very voiced and very stern on not even wanting things to be right anymore.
Exactly. It was pretty much pointless. See tags again. I'm gonna cry. Please don't break my Twitter tags again. Oh, they're gonna get broken. So most of it is again a repeat of not naming each other in public, no more hinting to each other, just block and move on. And that's secondly, Sato should have known that friendship was never an option anymore with the COD and the talk we had together with 2 other streamers. He already knew he had to block us both and leave it like that. And he should have realized that if he had read everything he had done to Fee, that they would have never become friends anymore. And then asking for the alt Satos is using so we can block that one as well. So another one
Yeah,
of the things.
For some weird reason, that took a really long time to be sent.
Yep.
So that already gives off the feeling like they had to think of which alt to give.
Yeah.
So to keep track of something.
The post of Bonsai at Maleficent. What I do on my own social media is what I decide myself. Other people don't have any control over it. And the part where it is the miner in question that Third Active mentioned before. The Moonlight person. Potatoes boiled down is practically our relationship. And yeah, that is alright. Best part is that is also alright. Best part is how you spend the money on farting and throne. So the art pieces are silly goose. I spent a shit ton of money on you. I'll keep this one. Thought I was an adult, but learned that I am a minor. Oh. Joined a raid, didn't know it was an 18+ streamer. I ate spaghetti and came up in my with my name. Okay. And yeah, that was it. Apparently, I didn't even save all of them. But basic gist of it is, he discovered that they were a minor and still kept them around, which feels very icky given that he is an 18+ account. He shouldn't be having minors in this community at all. I have the personal remark thing. The personal remark is regarding the YouTube video where he made some claims. I'm gonna just read it out. What I find remarkable is that he said in his latest YouTube video, throwing around false claims, they stopped loving me after 2 months of dating and kept me on a leash. I used a comment from 7 months ago on his other YouTube video where he was slut shaming me and all other kinds of things. He said that he still cared and loved me. Secondly, about his girlfriend happening to come across my TikTok page, his girlfriend admitted in the DM to Fearless that she used an alt account to look at my page, clicked on the TikTok that I posted, and has since then gotten my TikToks on her For You page more often. He then says that I was in the wrong for not having had her blocked on TikTok, as to which I can only counter it by saying I didn't know she had a TikTok account. As soon as I found out she was stalking my page because she messed up by liking one of my free posts, I immediately blocked her. And to disprove the claiming of which account I own, I have shown all accounts that I in fact do own, and all the screenshots are within that within that Google Drive. Hold on. There you go.
Very proud of you, hun.
So to further the claims regarding me leaking the documents with Sin, I also never leaked the document against Succulicious, and I will add screenshots of my full conversation in the folder Counterproof. I showed her false sympathy to get her to trust me. I applied for mod as a joke and to gather more information for the documents. I supplied a lot of screenshots via Zetas. I only wanted back in our server because of the handful of people that were awesome that I'm still mutuals with to this day. Regarding the claim that I cheated, I didn't. In the week break we took in February 2022, I was crying the whole time. I only wanted him back. I wouldn't even dare think of fooling around with anyone else. Same goes for around the time I broke up with him. I wasn't actively talking to you at the time, and definitely not actively flirting with you at the time, right, hun?
Sorry, when?
Around the time that I broke up with Sados. Like right after.
That was in February somewhere, right?
No, April.
April. No. You only came by for the flower event, and we were just being friends and talking and stuff.
At that point, I was still together with Sedos.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's all that happened.
Like, I had chances of cheating, didn't take it because I'm not an asshole. Surprise, surprise.
I
But
mean,
also,
there was plenty of chance.
yeah, like I said before, in general, I had plenty of chances to cheat. But I'm not taking any of them because, again, that's not who I am. I mean, to add to it, right after breaking up, like in the 2 months when I had broken up with Sados, and before getting together with you, I was even fucking around on Tinder.
I know. I remember.
Yeah, I was literally scrolling around on there when at your place.
I still remember the dude you trolled. I still find it. I still feel sorry for the dude.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, there was one that was interested in you, and you actually were like talking back and making an appointment, and then you last second bailed.
I got too anxious.
Yep, the poor dude.
I mean, he could get better. Don't worry, he probably got better. I hope.
The poor dude's still crying about it.
It would be funny. And after that one, I did say, I hope with this being out that everyone can truly leave it in the past now. No more mentioning one another's name, no vague mentions, nothing at all. Will act as if the other person never existed. Obviously, like many times before said, wasn't the case. We are actually nearing the end at this point. It took so long to near the actual end. Holy shit. So I'm just going to quickly skim through the transcripts. So this is of the first stream that he uploaded to YouTube discussing and addressing recent drama. The full transcript is unedited, by the way. I'll actually throw in the folder after all. It doesn't have any significance, it's just the videos that he uploaded so far with the full transcript immediately copy pasted from YouTube. So nothing is fixed, nothing of the typos or the what's called, whatever YouTube typed in wrong aren't fixed. Nothing is fixed. So let me see. So they said they seemed interesting because they were VTuber, and I did have interesting videos back then. But I did was talk to them, like I started talking to them, or at least I bopped in their stream first. I talked to them a little, they seemed nice, so I decided, you know what, I'll join, that kind of stuff. So we were talking, so we went talking, all that stuff. The things with Yukina are being mentioned. Good one. I'm pretty sure you got the wrong thing though. There we go. At some point he went for Riedel's neck for whatever reason. It's because they were lurking in there, I guess. It's like a lot going on in that one. Most of it is about Riedel. At some point, he did address the fact that he called my parents pretty ugly things. He called my sister pretty ugly things and whatnot. But still, no remorse or anything about it. There's so much in that one that's even being bleeped out and whatnot. But they would just, he often disregarded everything that he did. Even to this point, he thinks he hasn't done anything, despite there being actual proof that he did. Yeah, mostly further down. It's a lot that I actually mentioned most of this. But yeah, that's that transcript. There's nothing very interesting going on in that one that hasn't been addressed during this all. So the second YouTube video that he was trying to be polite. And here again with the, we went on a break, I didn't love you anymore because I simply stayed because I was fucking scared. Which still contradicts any of the other things he has ever said. Let's see. About the quote things, like the TikToks about exes or shitty people in general, because he felt attacked by every single one of them. And here he's also saying, despite the fact that you also refused to block my girlfriend, I never refused to block her. I blocked her immediately when they were telling them or us the alt accounts, and I immediately blocked her on every single platform that I could, but I didn't know that she had a TikTok. Yeah, that's also pretty much it. Disregarding everything he did to me. Regarding the stream of last night, by the way, there were a lot of awful things being said, such as hoping that I choke, and just straight up saying hoping that I die, and that I do not deserve my pronouns. Just because you don't like me does not mean that I do not deserve my pronouns being respected. If you disrespect them just because you do not like me, that does kind of count as transphobia, doesn't it?
Hmm?
If you purposely disrespect my pronouns just because you don't like me, that kind of makes it transphobic, doesn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
Exactly. And it's not just not liking, but it went so over the top lately, in all honesty. Exactly. Everyone in that stream was collectively using the wrong pronouns for me. They were encouraging people to use the wrong pronouns for me. Which isn't an unusual thing, by the way.
Yeah, even someone apologizing about using the wrong pronouns and then saying that they don't care about that, do it.
Exactly. But also, there has been a history of him and another friend of his trying to get other people to use the wrong pronouns and use this person's dead name that is within my community just because they didn't like them. They've actually been actively getting people to misgender and dead name this person. Which is absolute bullshit if you ask me. I don't care if you don't like someone. You can still respect their identity. Simple. That's how it works.
Exactly. Respect is earned by giving respect.
Exactly. Let's see, what more was there? What more was there? I can't remember. But I remember someone make you don't need to love the person or like the person, but still treat them with respect. Exactly. That's basic human knowledge, basic human decency, even.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the account that messaged me about it said that they were making a lot of assumptions about me. They were spouting a lot of stuff like, let me get the tweet out, that I sent him a lot of pictures about SH. I have not. I've never sent a picture of that. He wanted to know whenever I did relapse, because at the time he was my partner, and I was like, normal basic stuff, you he wanted to know when I relapsed, so I let him know when I did. That is normal. That's common.
Mm-hmm.
Or whenever I was a little bit proud of having so many months clean. If that counts as showing pictures of SH, I want to see the actual proof of me sending pictures of SH. Because I have not. And the suicide thing, yeah, I had my ups and downs. I had a lot of downs in that relationship. But how can you have any ups if you're constantly getting yelled at? If you're scared of pissing them off? It was an extremely draining few months, despite I can still say I'd never once um stopped loving him during that time period. But how am I supposed to have only ups if it just wasn't going well in any way? But also the claim here called you a racist. I would like to see proof as to how I am racist. Anything racist that I have said. I would really like to know or to see proof of that. Just because my parents are somewhat racist, I admit it, and I have admitted it before on stream as well. That is, unfortunately, kind of the common Dutch way of thinking. Can't even say that it isn't the case because look at especially the older generation. Just they say the meanest shit about people just because they can, just because they don't agree with it. Just because my parents are that way does not mean I have to be that way as well. My parents are also kind of on the fence about the LGBTQ community, They are the older generation, so I can't really put it past them either. It does take some getting used to and all that, so I'm not even that mad about it. Regarding my sister, however, that I can be because she is younger than me. So she should know better. But I am nothing like that. I am not a racist. So please show me the proof where you say that I am or have been. But I think that is pretty much everything that has been going on. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. I doubt it.
Might be smart to mention that all that happened last night was just simply because someone,
Oh yeah.
I forgot who it was, but just came across a tweet that was tweeted out like in March somewhere and decided to retweet it. They
Yeah.
thought that Fi actually told them to retweet it, whilst and I can confirm that Fi was actually surprised that even someone at that date still retweeted it.
Exactly.
Fi never
know.
sent them or asked them about retweeting it or whatever, and they just assumed it. They did not have any proof of Fi doing something because they haven't. They and with they I mean Fi haven't messaged them at all about that.
Exactly. They came across the call out, they got notified about it by someone, so they retweeted it. Because I know that Akuma doesn't appreciate behavior like that as well. A lot of people don't. So that one got retweeted. Someone else within Akuma's community saw that tweet, first commented on my call out, deleted that comment, and actually went to ask for his side of the story. But she then started to immediately turn around. Because what more do you want? I have literal screenshot proof, like videos, everything. Nothing of that is edited. But yeah, then somehow that person that asked for his side of the story also turned against me. I don't know what he all had said. I'm surprised with what he all had said, probably. Because he tweeted out that I'm still slandering him and spreading lies when in reality all that got retweeted is the old call out post, the very first one. So how am I still slandering and spreading lies? If it's something that he admitted to multiple times. So after that, he immediately started the stream that we talked about. Oh yeah. I think that is actually pretty much it. So, still up for the plan, Len? One round at the very least. Some shoot.
I don't know. I'm starting to be too tired to do
Same.
anything.
But shoot though.
If you want to, you can go ahead.
But then I'm alone. That's no fun. Fortnite isn't fun alone. No.
I've been sitting here trying to do anything to keep myself awake, but I'm on the edge of passing out. Okay.
You need sleep.
It's been
I told you that last night.
It's been 3 hours.
I know. I fucking got the one in the wrong hole. That's my
I
lungs.
wish you'd die doing it.
That's my fucking lungs, man. Oh. I already have asthma. What more do you want of me? Oh god. I did not expect the stream to go on for this long in the first place anyways. I thought it would be like maybe 2 hours, but
If you keep in mind how much has happened.
True. And there's been way too much that happened, and I hope that's all I can add to this. I hope that this is the last that is being said on it at all. I no longer want this. I am done with this. I am done with the behavior. I genuinely do not care about anything. I just want it to be over with.
Amen.
That hurts.
It's drama that is not needed because it's age old at this point, and it's literally just childish behavior for bringing it up himself again.
Like the call out got handed back to him not that long ago as well. because he wanted to join a VTuber group, and one of the owners has him blocked.
The dumb thing is still in general, just to mention this now live even, is that he points fingers at you right away, even when that old call-out tweet can be retweeted from any time. It could have been just randomly popped up, so what?
Exactly. Old tweets can still resurface like that.
Especially lately with Twitter, with how broken it is. I saw an old-ass tweet from 2021 for no reason. I'm just like, okay, this is just